PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
For the 54th time, all-time, Dickinson and Minot High School Rumble at WDA Hockey. We've got it for you live on a Saturday night here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Welcome in, hockey fans, to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show for the 4-1 Midgets. Traveling up to the Magic City to take on the 1-1 Magi. Good evening and welcome into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. I'm Nick Hulberg. Glad to have you folks aboard here tonight on the PSP Network. We'll be joined tonight by the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli, on the call tonight. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 5 locations in Minot and Bismarck. They typically can perform a 15-minute drive-through oil change in just that amount of time, 15 minutes. Your time is valuable. They save you time and money at Valvoline and the Valvoline Instant Oil Change in Minot and Bismarck. Find out more online at www.vioc.com. Well, there you take a look at the starting goaltender for the Midgets from Jamestown, and Bryce Catamaris, the junior, has gone 3-1 here in this campaign with a 93% save percentage and a .175 goals against average. He goes against that young man right there, and Blaze Ostrom tonight. Blaze coming in with a 71% save percentage and a 6 goals against average. He's gone 1-1 in the infant stages of this season. It could be a good one tonight. You'll hear it in the pregame show from Jordan Willard, the co-head coach of the Magi. talking about Minot High and their most recent loss at Century, where they dropped 7-6. They put 6 on the board. Somehow they left the Wachter Arena with a loss in the loss column. That's because they surrendered 7. Also talked to Ryan Callahan tonight, the assistant coach for the for the Dickinson Midgets. And we had the conversation tonight about this matchup and how it could be a good one. I brought it up to Coach Willard tonight, saying that in the past, when Dickinson's been on the schedule, Minot High has kind of just looked at it as maybe a 3-point night. Why do I say that? And not to take offense if you're watching in the southwest side of the state tonight, but in 53 games coming into game number 54 tonight, Minot High's got 49 wins, 3 losses and 1 tie against the Midgets. So tradition and history will tell you that Minot High has dominated this rivalry. However, this year, it's a Midget team that is a force to be reckoned with. Time to take a look at our standings inside of the WDA and North Dakota High School Hockey. These standings are brought to you by and delivered by the UPS store located on South Broadway in the Magic City. For all your packing and shipping needs, it's the UPS store, just in time for the holiday season. The Blue Jays from Jamestown. Why was that on my mind? Well, it's because they're number 1 in the conference right now at 3-1 with 9 points, tied with Legacy at 3-0. The Sabres are 4-2. Overall the year, the Blue Jays are 3-2. Then you've got a logjam with Mandan, Hayes and Beulah, Century, and the Midgets from Dickinson filling up spots 3 through 6, all tied with 6 points. The Coyotes sit at number 7. They're 2-1-1 on the season. They've got 5 points. You find Minot all the way down at number 8. The Magi have only played 2 games on the year compared to 5 and 4 that most teams have played inside of the conference. Struggling year a bit this year for West Carr's Bismarck High Demons. They're 0-6, 0-4 right now in conference play. Botno's at 0-2 inside of the WDA. They're 1-2 overall. 0 points for the Botno Braves. Grand Forks Central is at Legacy. That's a big one inside of high school hockey here tonight. Jamestown's at Williston. That will settle a bit of that log jam up at the top. Red River's at Holy Family over in Minnesota. And the Midgets are here in Minot to take on the Magi. There's your standings inside of the WDA. Standings once again brought to you by the UPS store for all your packing and shipping needs. Time to take a look at the leaders in our state to the top producers in North Dakota, brought to you by North Dakota High School Hockey.com. Big thank you, Bob Gillen, wherever you may be tonight. Over 20 years as the state statistician for our great sport of hockey and promoting these local athletes. West Region's got a pair that are at the top of the list. Drew Beasley from Bismarck Legacy's got 14 on the season. 13 for Carson George from Mandan. Beasley's on a tear. He had a pair of hat tricks last week. He's up for our player of the week this week on the PSP network. 8 goals, 6 assists for him for 14. George has 4, 9 for 13. Next in line in the West Region, Matt Heider from Mandan. The senior's got 12. Marcus Butts from Legacy has 9. Dawson Lentz, number 5 in the West Region. He's from Century. He's got 8. Brooks Siemens from Botno Rugby sits on 8. Then you'll find a pair at number 7 in the West Region, 16 and 17 in our state. Caden Krieg, he's got 8. So does Tanner Roars. Caden Krieg's a 2-time All-West Region selection. We'll see him tonight for the Midgets, and he will be a factor in this hockey game. There's the top scorers in our state, brought to you by North Dakota High School Hockey.com. When we come back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, we'll look at more of these numbers and get geared up and ready for this showdown tonight. We also will have the coaches' corners with both sides here tonight as the Midgets make the long trip up to the Magic City to take on the Magi in an early December showdown at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Hope you're dialed in and ready on a Saturday night for what should be a good one here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on from the Magic City. Game number 6 for the Midgets. Game number 3 for the Magi. Minot at 1-1. Dickinson's at 4-1. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show here tonight. Valvoline drive-through oil change, 15 minutes or less. In Minot and Bismarck, they've got 5 locations at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Time for our player profiles here tonight. There's a pair of kids in this one that we can talk about. Let's start with Caden Krieg. There's more than a pair, by the way. There's plenty of kids that can get the job done. Caden Krieg, 2-time All-West Region player. This is an All-State football selection as well. 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points on the year. He was an All-West Region selection as a D-man as a sophomore. Last year, he was an All-West Region selection as a forward in his junior campaign. Caden Krieg, the real deal. Look for him tonight to play a big-time role in this hockey game. Caden Krieg, highlighted here tonight as a player to watch. Krieg wears number 11 for the Midgets. On the other side for the Magi, there's plenty that you could talk about. They've got some depth in scoring with 14 players with points on the year. But how about the young man that's a sophomore in Ben Holland? Holland has been dynamic on the season. 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points. Hasn't been in the sin bin yet on the campaign. Holland's a kid that is going to have a real bright future for Minot High and probably somewhere after, it seems, in the talks about Ben Holland, the sophomore. He's our player spotlight here tonight for Minot High. Look for him to have an impressive performance at the Mesa Arena if Minot High wants a chance to come away with win number 2 on the campaign. Krieg and Holland, a couple X-Factor kids tonight that we highlight in our pregame show. Those player spotlights brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State. 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State. Time to take a look at the numbers in this showdown, how they stack up coming in. They're brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. For 50 years, Ryan Family Dealerships has been a trusted name in our great state of North Dakota. They've got 5 locations in Williston and in Minot. Browse their massive inventory at Ryan Family Dealerships at driveryan.com. Dickinson 2-1 in the conference. Minot's 1-1. 4-1 overall for the Midgets. 1-1 overall for Minot High School. Number 6 in the West for the Midgets. Number 8 for the Magi. Dickinson on the season. In the 5 games that they've played, they've scored 27 goals on the year. They've only surrendered 11. Look at that number right there, midway down the pack. They are the real deal as far as goaltending is concerned, and they're scoring the puck. Minot High scored 14 in 2 games. That's an average of 7 per game. Unfortunately, they've given up 12 in their first 2 of the season, a number that needs improvement if the Magi want to win games inside the conference and be at the top of the list. Minot's taken 10 penalties. Dickinson's taken 18. Minot's drawn 9. Dickinson's drawn 16. Keep in mind, the Midgets considerably more games early on in this campaign than Minot High School. The X factor in tonight's contest, in my mind, well, Minot High can bury the puck. They've got 14 players with a point or more on the year and 10 that have goals, at least 1 on the season. There's a goaltender from the Midgets that comes in, Bryce Cadmuris, 175 goals against average. He stopped 96 of the 103 that he's seen on the year. He gets the nod tonight. For Minot High School, Blaze Ostrom, you're not going to pin it on one kid. When you're facing breakaway after breakaway, there's nothing you can do. However, at the end of the day, unfortunately, in the world of goaltenders, I was one of them. I know what it's like to feel that heat and that pressure. 6 on average giving up per night right now for Blaze Ostrom is a number that frankly just has to be improved no matter how they're coming at him. Blaze has stopped 30 of the 42 he's seen. I've got full faith in this young man that he can turn the tide for the Magi, sitting on a 71% save percentage coming into the showdown tonight. Those are the numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. DriveRyan.com to learn more. When we come back, we'll talk to both coaches. Then we'll bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli, tonight as the Magi and Midgets match up for the 54th meeting all time. And it's at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Should be a good one on the PSP Network. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us here at the Pepsi Rink.
There is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline with 5 locations in Minot and Bismarck. 15-minute oil change saves you time and money at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Time for Coach's Corner, joined by Ryan Callahan, the assistant coach of the Dickinson Midgets. First things first, good to see you, man. How was the ride up?
Ride up was good. Yeah, we were worried about the roads, but they turned out a little better than we thought, so not so bad.
Yeah, Mother Nature certainly playing her role early on in the season. Yep. You guys have fared well so far coming into this part of the year. How do you like your hockey team right now?
Great team, great group of guys. We've got 7 seniors in the mix, and boy, the core right there is solid. We've got about 10 juniors in the mix too, and there's good leadership and there's a good culture.
Caden Craig, is he better at hockey or at football in your mind?
Hockey. Oh, yeah.
That's impressive. The All-Stater and All-Stater in football, 2-time All-West region in hockey. What does this kid bring to your lineup, not only on the ice but away from it as well?
Well, just, he's got a great leadership role with our program. I've been watching him play hockey since he was a little kid, and there was never any doubt that he would be a leader on the team, on the points, as well as in the locker room and off the ice. So he's just an all-around solid kid.
On top of that, you've got a goaltender, maybe one of the best in the entire WDA, and Cadmaris, a 175 goals against average and a 93%, kind of emerged last year.
Yep.
What's his work ethic like?
It's unbelievable. He's cut from a different kind of cloth. He's hard worker, excellent attitude. You can rely on him, and he's rock solid for us.
A lot of things have changed in the WDA, including Dallas Kuntz no longer being behind the bench. Yep. Talk about that transition for your role and Coach Dvorak coming in and replacing one of the greats in my mind in Coach Kuntz.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge shoes to fill. I've known Dallas since I was a little kid, so we've grown up together, and I've watched him turn Dickinson hockey into something that it never was before. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're really building on what he did for us. And he's definitely involved. He keeps us in line, and I talk to him as much now as I did last year coaching with him. So yeah, it's a good transition. Great handoff.
Please tell him I said hello. And
absolutely.
I have to ask you on this, the program in Dickinson you touched on from when you were younger until now, graduating in 2004 from Dickinson. Those program numbers are almost mesmerizing, aren't they, with the amount of kids that are in the program in hockey? What is the state of hockey like right now in Dickinson?
It's great. You know, we have a full ice schedule. We've got kids everywhere around the rink, and I coach my boys that are mites and minis, and from the bottom to the top, it is full, and you know we're doing things that we weren't able to do when I was a kid. It's a program, and Dallas is building an organization, which is something that we've never had before. He and his sister really take care of business there. So we're building an organization, which is awesome.
Well, job well done to everybody involved down there, and Dallas Kuntz, I'm sure he's watching here tonight. On to X's and O's and business here tonight. What do you expect out of Minot High, a high-powered offensive team that plays tough on their home ice? Yeah, Minot's always really good at that transition from defense to offense. They catch you. And that's one of our main focuses, is trying to be as equally sharp on that jump and maybe catch them when we're going from defense to offense, actually. So is there one key in your mind tonight? Definitely possessions. If we can manage our possessions, especially in the offensive zone, not giving things up in the middle, we want to make sure that we control that puck a little longer than usual, and we'll get some opportunities. Great to see you. Thanks for your time here tonight. Thank you, Nick. That's Ryan Callahan, the assistant coach of the Dickinson Midgets. When we come back, we'll talk to Jordan Willard, the co-head coach of Minot High. It's the Midgets and the Magi tonight to WDA High School Hockey right here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens, that's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Head Coach's Corner here with Minot High's co-head coach, Mr. Jordan Willard. First things first, welcome back to the booth. I feel like I was just talking to Jason Bennett. I feel like with only 2 games in our season so far that I haven't even hardly seen you guys.
Yeah, it's been few and far between here to start the season off, and now we start rolling here a little bit. Yeah,
it becomes a pro schedule almost into next week with the games at hand. Do you like this? Is it an advantage or a disadvantage in your mind coming in at the end of the year? You really get a chance to ramp it up, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would like us to play a couple more games. I mean, we're playing teams that have played 4, 5, 6 games, and we've only played 2. I mean, I think, you can only practice so much before you put it into a game situation, and you're able to get some video from that and kind of learn from some things. And but it is what it is. It's now we're rolling, and now we're into the middle of December here already, and we're going to fire a couple off here.
A win against Mandan, a heartbreaker against Century a week ago. It just seems like a lot more good than bad for your Magi. Is it fair to say that at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of curious. It's curious is what it is. We talked as a coaching staff. Over the last couple of years, we've kind of struggled to score goals, and we've done a really good job with team defense and keeping pucks out of the net. And now this year, we're scoring all sorts of goals, and our team defense is struggling a little bit. And I don't think it's any one kid. It's not on the goaltender. It's not on the defense. It's not on the forwards. It's just on us as a unit. And that comes back to us on the coaches. And we've really worked on it, and been hammering home fundamental things, and about just get pucks up, get pucks in, and hopefully we can limit some of the odd man rushes against. I thought our D zone got remarkably better from the Mandan game to the Century game. I know the score might not show that, but it was a lot off the rush. And you can't leave your goaltender hung out to dry. You can't leave your defense hung out to dry, and you can't expect your forwards to back check the entire game, all the time. I mean, you need to get pucks down and low, and you need to keep things in at the blue line. And so it's just about shoring up some of that stuff, and hopefully with some more games here, we're able to do that.
I had to double check the numbers tonight and putting together the game card for the hockey game here tonight. 10 players with a goal on the year or more, 14 guys with a point. Just touch on the distribution a little bit and how exciting that is, having that much offensive power up front.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one thing that we kind of thought we would have coming into the season would be some depth, and the depth has shown through, and it's really nice to see some of those young kids contributing, early in the season. Kind of get that proverbial monkey off your back, right? You're ready to go, you're into it, and we've had a lot of kids do some nice things, and now we just need to shore up a few things, and if we're able to shore that stuff up, I'm really excited about where the hockey team's headed.
Well, you talked about it just a moment ago with the amount of games that other teams have played versus the 2 for Minot. Tonight it's Dickinson with 5 under their belt and the 4-1 hockey team. What do you expect against the Midgets here tonight that, on paper in the past it's been, this should be a win for Minot High? I don't feel that that's that way this year. Do you feel the same?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's ever really like that. I think Dickinson's a very, hard-working team. They bring their lunch pails and their hard hats and they go to work. And I think they're an old team this year, right? There's a bunch of seniors on the team. You got a kid like Krieg. I put him as a top 5 kid in the region for sure. An outstanding human. He's just super nice kid. And then you got Catamaris back there in net, who's just a stud. So, I think it's just we got to stick and, hopefully our depth shows through and, just continue to work extremely hard. And, hopefully we can find a few bounces here or there and, bury some pucks. And, hopefully back there in that old D zone we can keep some pucks out of our net. Like I said, it hasn't been one kid here, one kid there. It's just been an entire unit thing that we've broke down on, and we've really been hammering it home. So hopefully we can, put that to the pasture tonight.
Is the key to the game tonight just playing in the system that you guys have set up? Is that the bottom line for you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, early in the season here, we've gotten pucks and bodies to the nets, and things have gone well for us in the offensive zone. We just got to shore up that back end in the neutral zone. I thought Century did an outstanding job of, almost out neutral zoning us to death, and they won that battle. Watching the video back, we got to be better in that section of the ice, and to me that's a big key tonight. Take care of that neutral zone, and if we can sway that in our favor, then at the end of the night I like our chances.
How about Shots Crossroads tonight for some banana cream pie? You like that idea?
Oh, that sounds really good. I could go for a 99 no onion, extra ketchup.
It should be a lot of fun. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
That's Jordan Willert, the co-head coach of the Magi. Dickinson Minot High coming up next here on the PSP Network.
There is no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Just about showtime on a Saturday night at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. The Magi and the Midgets have entered the ice surface. Means it's just about time to put a cap on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. I'm Nick Hulberg, joined tonight by the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli. Will bring him into the broadcast. First things first, I've missed you. I told Coach Willert the same thing, that with only 2 games, I feel like I haven't even hardly seen you guys on the year.
Well, it has. It's only our third game, but yeah, you want to. They've got a heavy schedule coming up here this week, so I think I think guys are excited. It seems like the same thing. I think they're antsy. They want to get more games in.
That last one for Minot High, a loss to Century 7-6. I know that was a frustrating night for many in maroon and gold. What was your big takeaway from that game a week ago?
I just think that Minot kind of had a tough time in their own end. We seemed like when we made a mistake, Century capitalized on it, and we had chances. Minot was in the game, and it wasn't like we were getting blown out at any times. It was always a one goal difference. They'd be up one, we'd be up one, but it just seemed like our turnovers really hurt us. They had, I think, 5 breakaways. You can't allow those if you're going to come out on top of a hockey game.
Yeah, no question about it. I mentioned this earlier as well, that in the past, this is game number 54 all time with Minot High and Dickinson. Minot High's got 49 wins in the all-time rivalry. In the past, no offense to anybody here, but it was a game on the schedule where it wasn't necessarily a cakewalk or a guaranteed 3 points. However, this year just feels like maybe that attitude has to change against this Dickinson team, because this isn't going to be a cakewalk for Minot High here tonight or the Midgets on the other side.
No, not at all. I mean, Dickinson always comes ready. They seem like they're kind of like that they've got nothing to lose type thing, and I think that's just the way it is with Dickinson and Minot. You've got to be ready, and you've got to play a full 51 minutes to take these guys.
It should be a good one here tonight. Let's look at our projected goaltender matchup here tonight. Both of them did get the call tonight. Projected goalie matchup brought to you by Planet Pizza. Buy them online, planetpizzaND.com. Well, the Midgets have a young man that is one of the tops of the conference, and Bryce Catabaras, the junior's gone 3-1 in his 4 appearances this year. 1.75 goals against average and a .932 save percentage with 1 shutout on the year. For the Magi, they go back with Blaze Ostrom. 1-1 on the year, 6 goals against with a 71.4% save percentage. Hasn't had a goose egg on the season. I said it in the pregame before I had you join me here tonight. It's not a knock on Blaze. Century was not his fault, but however, at the end of the day, a 6 goals against average and a 71% just isn't going to cut it. I've got faith that he can get the job done here tonight, and obviously the Minot High coaching staff does as well.
Yeah, they go back to him. That means they're confident in him. You got to go with experience. I think you've got to look at it as every guy. You never pin losses on one individual. Everybody's got to be better. They've got to look in the mirror and say, what can I do to be better? You try to emphasize the defensive part of the game. Think defensively. It starts in your own end. You know you're going to get offensive chances, but let's worry about the goals against and not allowing 5 to 7 goals a game, because you're probably not going to win majority of those.
It just isn't going to happen. Well, Duffy Novak had the official introductions here tonight. That means that we're a salute of the country and an opening puck drop away from showtime here tonight at the Pepsi Rink. We'll come back with our star-spangled banner and the opening draw here at the Pepsi Rink.
Water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Minot High, Dickinson High School, in a showdown at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Time for our keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air, factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. For the Midgets tonight, in my mind, they have to be smart. not only in the penalty column, but in just the execution that they get in and out of the zone with here tonight. They need to be smart on the other side. The Magi, they need to defend better. They just can't give up 6 per game the way they have. Any arguments on the keys to the game here tonight?
Yeah, right. You've got to think defensively, and that's just I just don't. After giving up 7 goals, you have to change your thinking, and you've got to be smarter. You got to know, you can't let guys get behind you and make costly turnovers. If you don't have a play at the red line, just dump it in.
Time for the opening draw, brought to you by 701 Realty. Andrew Goodmanson checked in. We'll get to him in just a moment, I promise. However, we are officially underway. Minot High is in white. The Midgets are in black tonight. Ostrom in goal for Minot High. He goes against Bryce Catamaris, the netminder for the Midgets. Mother Nature not playing nice here for Dickinson to make their way to the Magic City. A lot of road closures and no travel advised. However, the Midgets made the trip without any hesitation and without any issues. Good to see them here safely.
For sure. You always want safe travel, no matter what's going on.
Puck's up to center ice. Krieg's got it here. 2-time All-West Region player. Lost it. Comes all the way back into the midget zone where Grohl's back after it. Grohl's going to take it back behind his own net. Hit there by Holland. We had our player profile on him earlier on here tonight. He makes a play early on with the body in this hockey game. Puck's away down underneath the goal line now where Easton Panasuk goes to work. Panasuk ridden off for just a moment. Here come the Midgets. And Logan Gross, he's going to be picked off. Look out, that one's up into the seats. We'll have a stop in the play as a Souvenir finds a fan here tonight. 701 Realty and Andrew Goodmanson checked in. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say, did that little People of America thing all blow over down in the Queen City? The answer is yes, Goody. Thanks for checking in. I don't know if we needed that tonight or not, but we're glad that you joined us for high school hockey. 701 Realty for all your buying and selling needs in the real estate game. It's Andrew Goodmanson bringing you the opening draw here tonight. He's always up to something, isn't he?
Yeah, you never know with Goody. Keep him on his toes.
Puck's dumped down underneath the midget net now as it comes away underneath the goal line. Poked free. Logan Gross is going to handle out with it. This is Cupper. Morelli almost had it out front, but it hopped over his tape, and now it's going to be sent down to the other end of the ice surface, right to the right of Blaze Ostrom. It's a stop on an icing call and a face-off coming back in the Minot High offensive territory. Well, they got the Nickelback pumping in here tonight, don't they?
They came ready, the music guys.
Gotta love it. Duffy Doback and company down in the box. Mike Kelly Sr. down there tonight. Off the draw, Strand fired just wide of the cage. At the point, it's going to be sent down in by Jace Lemon. Minot High had an injury to Pickard. He's going to be out for a while, so a new D-man at the back line for Minot High. That's Jace Lemon, the sophomore D-man. Offensive territory now for the Midgets. Back in behind Ostrom. They go to work looking for their first shot of the hockey game. Puck's going to come away in the center slot. The Magi will bring it up to center. The Magicians are without their captain Abrahamson tonight as well, as he's under the weather. I had him picked as my player profile tonight. Then I talked to Coach Willard earlier on today and said, unfortunately, he's not in the lineup.
It hurts having that experience out. He's missed the last 2 games. You need those guys. They're your veterans.
Up to the line. Deal's going to hold here. He'll walk and fire. Hit Schmeichel. Puck comes free. Now to Schmeichel. He's got a pair of goals on the season. Stick work on the near side is won by the Midgets. Blonsky sends it out. Minot High on the retrieve in their own territory. Off the near wall it comes and back up to center. At the Pepsi stamp at center ice, the Midgets have possession, and Spence will take it. He delivers it off here, and Roars will send it in. Roars having a great year. 8 points for him on his campaign. He's a senior. Marked as a D-man, he can play up front as well. Schmeichel's going to free the puck on the near side, and Schmeichel's going to be pinned up here. Puck comes back to the Magi where they go to work now as it's across from Coleman. And Coleman sent it away. That's Andrew Coleman. Carter Coleman on the front side for the Magi playing tonight as well. At the point, Richardson sent it down. Comes back away to Finley Bentz. He had a goal against Century. Bentz across the top of the slot. He can motor. Bentz is going to turn and fire. A Whistler off the knob of the stick there from Catamarus comes back away underneath the goal line. Got away from Bentz. Holland has the hit, frees the puck. Back up at center. Minot's going to have to regroup here with Brock Manson. Manson waits to touch up on sides. Now he enters the zone. Manson hits the brakes down and deep. Back up to the line. Here's a drive. That one off the pad. Went just wide and away to the near side wing. Pushed up to the neutral ice territory. It's flipped back off ahead by the Magi. And Richardson, as he brings it in, Coleman's got it. Coleman will turn and fire point blank. Big save there. First big quality chance for the Magi. And the Dickinson goaltender, Catamarus, equal to that one.
Well, it's kind of wide open right now. There's not a lot of whistles, and it's good. They, Dickinson's road team. They want to get the bus legs out of them and get rolling and get some shots, get some hits going. And I think Minot's maybe a little more aggressive right now. There's a little bit playing the body a little bit more, but it's early.
Saw a good look at the Dickinson midget bench. Cass Dvorak, the new head coach. First year replacing Dallas Kuntz. Kuntz easily became one of my favorite coaches in the entire WDA over his tenure as the midget head man. He's done a fantastic job with that entire program. Not only the high school ranks, but that youth program as well. Those youth numbers floating around 500 youth players at Dickinson. 20 years ago, if you would have said that, they would have told you were crazy, thinking that that's where the progression of the game would have gone. But they've done a great job in Dickinson. Here's a drive from the line. Deal fired in. And Catamarus made the stop on the play. Faceoff will come to his glove side. Looking at the all-time stats of this showdown. Number 54 all-time. Where does time go, Matt? Isn't that wild?
It's a lot of games.
Delay call coming here on the Magi. And Strand's going to end up in the sin bin. He's going to have a call coming his way. He slashed the stick out of the defender's hand, and Strand's going to go to the box on the 2-minute slashing call.
Well, it's just like mine. Some of those penalties, we've got to be disciplined. We had some untimely ones last Tuesday in Bismarck. It's the same way. You got to be better than that. You got to think a little bit. If you're going to get a penalty, make him count. Don't get the slashings and the hookings. Lay somebody out and take a real penalty.
First Serve Pro power play of the hockey game here for the Midgets. Krieg up top, worked it across. Drive came across, was knocked down out in front of the net. Puck lays underneath the goal line, going to work on it underneath the goal for the Magi as Deal. He poked it free here to Andrew Coleman. Coleman launches it all the way down, and the Magi take 20 seconds off of the Serve Pro power play, the first power play of the hockey game. Here come the Midgets, and Krieg up to center. He'll turn back in his own D zone, and Krieg will start the motor with the backhand. Sent it across now. Gaining the zone are the Midgets with Dvorak out in front. Puck taken by the Magi and Patasuk will send that one all the way to the other end of the ice. Here's Morelli shorthanded. Morelli with a backhand, wraps it in. Morelli scores shorthanded. Oh, what a hardworking play for Mac Morelli. And the Magi are on the board first.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't play that puck. I mean, he had in high school, you can play him where higher up leagues, you got to stay out of it. You can't go out and play him like that. But either way, that's a break, and kind of a tough break for Dickinson. But sometimes you got to be aggressive on those forechecks. Instead, a lot of times guys just let him puck get dumped in on a penalty kill. But take advantage of where you can.
Mackley Morelli on the goal for the Magi. That's goal number 3, point number 4 on the year. And a short-handed tally for the Magi has them up early. Not quite 7 minutes into the showdown here tonight. Another short-handed chance out in front. This is Holland trying to poke it towards the net. Let's listen to Duffy Novak on the official call. Morelli's third of the year, assisted by Carter Coleman. And Minot High's shorthanded goal has them on top of the showdown here tonight.
tough break for Dickinson. You hate to ice it on it when you're on the power play, but it's early. They're just misfiring a little bit on some of their passes, but it's a long ways. A lot of game left to be played.
25 seconds of power play time remains out here for the Midgets as the puck comes up to Krieg at center. He's going to dump it down. Krieg, an all-state selection in high school football. High riser just missed from the point, and Krieg, that's a heavy shot from up top.
He's their kind of their go-to guy. I think you're going to see those guys play. You have to. They're going to get a ton of minutes, and they should. He's a veteran, got a lot of experience. He sees the ice well, and you get minutes like that, you're going to improve a lot and play a lot.
Puck's underneath the net now, where it comes away to the near side. Offensive zone for the Magi. Approaching the halfway point to the first period. Shorthanded goal for Matt Morelli has Minot leading 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC.bank. Locations in Arizona and North Dakota. Find them online. 9:15 ticks down, opening period. Good crowd on hand for a Saturday night here at the Pepsi Rink.
Real good, great to see.
Can't be deceiving. This arena holds 2,400 people at capacity. So for a high school hockey game, it's not the good old days back in your high school time when the all seasons would fill up with 2,500. But a good crowd nevertheless here tonight to this first of two matchups in 2023 between the Midgets and the Magi. Morelli's out to center with it. Morelli with a backhand, sends it down into the corner. Panasuk get after it. Morelli's going to come away with it. Here's Mac Morelli trying to go back to the point to deal. Stick intercepted that play from Drew Spence. Minot regroups. Good tempo early out of this hockey game tonight.
Real good, yeah. It's back and forth. Kind of feeling each other out a little bit, but you want to see that. Minot's got to step it up a little bit after that kind of a sour taste in their mouth from Tuesday.
Magi have it here with Morelli off down to Deal. Deal moves it forward into the offensive zone. The D-man will take it to the top of the circle, back to the point. Fired across. Wanted high on the forecheck with Morelli down a deep. Puck's taken away here by Roars. Taken back by Mackley. Morelli, and Morelli, the two-time All-West Region player, goes back to the line. Drive save. Morelli, side of the net. Oh, he's robbed by Catabaris. Morelli contains the puck. Goes now here to Panasuk. Back at the line. Whistled in. Oh, it hit the crossbar and it went up and out of play. An opportunity for the Magi. They were knocking, but Catabaris got some help from the goalpost on that play.
Good pressure by Minot. I think Dickinson's good break for them. Get that whistle. They probably need to get some fresh guys out there.
Wow, they got that music pumping tonight, don't they?
Yeah, that's all right. They're Saturday night. They're fired up down there.
Gotta love it.
Right.
Shots are 6-4 Magi. They lead 1-0 as well on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Game 2 of our doubleheader here today on the PSP Network. The Minot Jets girls team lost at a heartbreaker to Davies 3-2 the final. Puck's out in front, tip there, loose. Oh, Ostrom comes up with a pad save. Back in behind the net now. It's worked on by the Magi. They'll start the rush up to center. Oh, Finley Benz had his head down. That could have been a...
Oh, you don't want to see passes up the middle like that. You just better have to chip it off the wall.
Dumped in from center now by the Midgets. Stengel sent it in. Ostrom went out of the net to play it. Picked up here by Richardson. Richardson moves it off ahead. On the near side wall, this is Andrew Coleman. Pinned up in to help out for the Magi was Carter Coleman. He sends it all the way down. Midgets have a bit of real estate, but Benz had the motor on, causing trouble here. And Minot's going to turn the puck onto their tape now as it's worked out into the corner. Off of Rodacker. Far point it comes here for Manson. Hard dish underneath the net, comes out to Benz, out of the cage. Fired save, rebound loose in front, nobody home. Back at the point for the Maroon and Gold. It's Thompson that's got it. Thompson underneath the net, surveys. Brings it back up to Radke. He'll turn and fire that one. Just missed on the glove side. Across the line it comes for the Magi. They're going to have to regroup now as Manson and Radke played catch for a moment. Chipped off ahead again, Oliver Thompson. But it's the Midgets with possession in on Ostrom. And Blaze goes down and makes save number 5 of the hockey game as he fell into the butterfly and gobbled that one right up.
Well, I think just your mind, like a lot of these high school teams, you can't be fancy with the puck. If you don't, usually that doesn't win you the game. It's just simple. It's not that hard of a game. You don't have a play, maybe just throw it in the corner, let the forwards do their job. You don't have to make fancy plays at the blue line. They look good, but a lot of times when they don't work out, it's when it costs you.
Strands up to center for the Magicians into the offensive zone. Now Morelli in front. Dip backdoor. Oh, what a play that was. Morelli fouled Panasoc. 2-0 Magicians.
Well, you talk about heads-up play. I mean, the game is meant to be, the puck is meant to be dispersed. I mean, it's a team game. There's always somebody open. That's the thing in hockey. The most dangerous guy in hockey is guys that don't have the puck or the trailer. And if you can find those guys, it makes the game a lot simpler and gives the coaches a lot less headaches.
Mackley Morelli has the ability to fire the puck. It's probably one of the heavier shots in the entire conference, but that kid known around the state of North Dakota in the high school hockey season and Team North Dakota gameplay as an absolute playmaker. You see it there. That was a beautiful dish backdoor and an excellent finish.
Well, it's good play by Panny. You know, you got to bury it when you get chances, and sometimes you have games you don't get any chances. So when you do get a chance, you got to make it count.
Minot High is up 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Panasoc tried to feed it off to Strand. Here's Morelli again from underneath. Up to Strand, fired, big save, Catamarus. Now Deal down to the corner. Catamarus will hang on to it. Tegan Strand in on the assist as well. I'm not telling anybody how to do their job, but that music is almost too loud, Matty.
I was thinking about getting the hearing services Monday morning. It's not great for my ringing in my ears, but that's all right. They get fired. They're going to get the crowd into it.
They got them fired up here tonight. Minot High with a 2-0 lead on the VNC National Bank scoreboard.
I see you got the microphones on the sides. I love it.
Well, we're working.
Oh, it's great.
Working on it here tonight. I got to pull that lever down every single time it happens, my friend, because it gets pretty loud once they turn on the jock jabs. Here come the Magi with Bentz. Bentz in a 2-on-3 back the other way. Finley Bentz splits the defense. Down into the corner it comes. Holland's got the body check down low and in after it here for the Midgets. That puck is tied up, worked out by Tanner Roars. Roars soccers it away, comes out with it. 4.5 to play here in the opening period. Minot up 2-0. And the puck is worked back up to center where Deal will just dump it right back in. And the Magi will give chase. Holland on the far wall with a backhand. Snaps it down into the zone. Roars is there for it. But it's Holland that's got it. Off it comes down here to Spence. Tried to clear. Held by Deal. Oh, Deal's lit up on that play. Minot somehow possesses the puck in with a drive. This is Rutlick backhand. Sent that one wide as Rylan Rutlick bids for his second to the year. 3:40 to tick away in the opening period. 2-0 Minot High on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. And their third matchup of the year. Midgets coming in at 4-1 on the campaign. They're 2-1 in the conference. Here's Deal up top, knocked out of the air by Rodacker. He'll take it down to the corner. Rodacker pasted against the wall, freed down for Roars, and Roars will flip this one up with a 9-iron.
Nice play. That's a smart play. Chip it out of the zone, get your guys, fresh guys out, and that's a good veteran play there.
Schmeichel's got it now. I was just going to say that play is underused in North Dakota high school hockey without question. Roars played it perfectly. Here comes Krieg now. He's deadly. Carries it into the zone. Krieg met in the far side corner. In after it. Therefore, the Magi is Andrew Coleman, the D-man. Krieg's the one on the ground for the Midgets. It's going to be freed back up top. Out of the tape for Logan Gross. Oh, big hit. Rodacker on the near side. Physicality not lacking here tonight to this hockey game by any means.
No, not at all. It's good to see him. You're finishing your checks. That's what you need. That's what you need to do. But you got to watch the turnovers like we just had one.
Top shelf. Oh, what a drive right to the cookie jar. Colin Cheddar tucks it off the bar and in. And the senior's got his second to the season. Oh, deadly mistake from the Magi, and Cheddar made him pay. I don't know if anyone's stopping that one.
Well, you see what happens when you turn the puck over inside the blue line. It's usually going to end bad. It might not always be a goal, but that's what we were talking about, those turnovers. If you're going to turn the puck over, you want to turn it over down behind the opposition's goal, not in our own zone, because they made us pay, and that's what hurt us the other night against Sentry, was we just had way too many mental mistakes like that.
What a finish from Cheddar. We'll get the official scoring on the play. Nevertheless, it's a 2-1 hockey game now as the Midgets are on the board. Here come the Magi. This is a 2-on-1. Strand into the zone. Backhand. Panasuk. Top shelf. Oh, Panasuk. His second of the game. And the Magicians have a response with Panasuk right to the top shelf.
You meant first of the game. So I think you said second, but I think that's his first run of the game.
What a finish it was as he went to the top shelf.
Either way, all good. Well, you talk about those outnumbered opportunities, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. If you can make those count, those are just backbreakers for the other team.
Well, the response from the Magi after Cheddar put it in. Tegan Strand sets him up. Matty, I had the second one as Morelli to Panasuk.
Boy, I got to think here. We'll get it right. Yeah, I know. You got me confused. It was all three. It was a good head. I mean, it was a good play. You just chipped it out in the middle, and that's all you do. That's what you got to do.
Here's Duffy Novak on the call as Morelli takes it down underneath the net with 90 seconds remaining here in the opening period.
Number 11, Easton Panasuk.
Strand to Radke.
Assisting on the goal, number 22, Tegan Strand.
Heads up, that one's coming up towards us. Souvenir will find a fan, and the puck goes up. And out of play.
They missed the, I can't remember who had that second one, but either way, missed it.
In on the draw for the Magi. We'll get it all sorted out for you at the Magic Towing first intermission report. We'll have the full recap of this opening period. There's the 1-minute call from Duffy Novak. Oh, big hit coming from behind there. Yeah, and Coleman's going to come in and take care of business. Unfortunately, Carter Coleman's going to get dinged here for his response to that hit. However, Carter Coleman, this is where a guy like me needs to walk a fine line with calling high school hockey games. Here's the initial hit. Oh, that is a bad check from behind. And then Carter Coleman comes in and takes care of his teammates. Coleman's going to go to the box, and Coleman might be in some hot water that's deeper than 2 minutes here as the officials come together and have their conversation. It's Eric Steele and Jake Stack tonight. Those two gentlemen certainly know what they're doing and have the opportunity to make it right here.
Anything by the boards, oh man, you just get nervous.
Cheddar's in the box. He's got a goal, and he's got some time coming here. Coleman's in the box for the Magi.
He might have some time coming too.
I would have to think. There's a code in hockey, and what I was starting to say is I need to watch myself with it being a high school game. However, in my mind, Carter Coleman just, if there's a highlight to send to a junior hockey team, that's it right there. This guy's going to take care of his teammates. He's not afraid to do it, even if it means that maybe he's going to be in jeopardy of a physical altercation coming. How else do you say that?
Right. There's usually a fight or a scrap, something after. But I mean, that's just natural. It's instinct. You stick up for your teammate, and of course, in high school you can't fight, but kids get revved up and they get excited and they want to help their teammate, and nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. When you're near the boards, it's like you said, you have to just let up. kind of rub them out. You can't pop them when they're by the boards like that.
Well, the conversation now at the bench with the Midget head coach, Cass Dvorak. He's having the conversation with Jake Stack and Eric Steele. Jason Bennett will have another conversation along with Jordan Bennett and Steele as well, I'd have to guess, here in just a moment. Well, the retaliation penalty for Minot High results in a 2 minutes, and the initial call on the ice will result in a 5 minutes. So Minot High will end up
3 minute, yeah.
3 minute
power play.
And which will be a major call, by the way.
You can score as many as you want, as many as you can, which is huge in a high school game because they're small, shorter periods. It's big in any. It can be a game changer. You hate to see anybody have to deal with the check from behind. It's a tough call for a referee. I don't care whether you're a young referee or an experienced one. That's a hard call to make.
Well, there's a lot of people that will disagree with my comment on me liking Coleman's reaction. However, as a true hockey guy and an old school hockey guy, he just won some points in my book with taking care of his teammates. In the circle, 4-on-4 play. Minot High's got it with Holland. Half a minute to play in the first period. Puck bounced over Radke's tape. And Radke moves it across to Deal here now. And Deal goes back to Radke as they played keep away from the charging Stengel. Now the Magi up to center. Here comes Holland into the offensive zone. Holland splits the D. Holland tripped up on the play. And we're going to find ourselves with a 4-on-3 for a minute 20. After that, Minot High is going to have a 5-on-3 power play for 40 seconds with 12.9 to play. Here in the opening period, the Magi are up by a score of 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Well, if you're Minot, that's the guy you wanted sitting for 2 minutes is Krieg, because he's dangerous, and he's going to play a ton of minutes for them. So if any time that he's in the penalty box, that's a bonus for the Magi.
The bass inside the Mesa is shaking the camera. That's how much Duffy and the boys have her cranked up tonight down below us.
It's like a nightclub.
Yeah, it certainly is. Little Dr. Dre here. All right, kids, get ready to cut them down. We're at 12 seconds. Up top, here's Radke. Open lane, fired on. Catabaris went down. He made the stop, and Catabaris will hang on to it. One of the top goaltenders in the WDA here in his junior campaign. Certainly stole the spotlight a bit last year in that conversation. Put together solid numbers early on here in this 23-24 season. Off the draw. This puck's going to be launched all the way down. That will just about do it for the period here, Matt. As the puck is sent to the other end of the ice, horn will sound, and we are officially through one period of play here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Well, we've got some highlights in this one. We've got some topics of conversation as well for our Magic Towing first intermission report. Midgets 1, Magi 3 at the end of 1. Magic Towing first intermission report is next on the PSP Network.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
West Region High School hockey with Dickinson and Minot over the years has had some real wild affairs from time to time. Some memories back in my playing days. There was an all-out Donnybrook that ensued down in Dickinson one night. That would have been back in 2001. That was back when Dallas Kuntz helped the Dickinson Midgets get to the state high school hockey tournament along with their assistant coach, Ryan Callahan. Dallas Kuntz, by the way, no longer the head coach of the Midgets, just the program director. However, on that note, to my point being is that tonight we've got the makings of one that could be a bit physical here on the Pepsi Rink ice surface. The home ice for the Magi. It's 3-1 at the end of one. Welcome into our Magic Towing intermission report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it at Magic Towing. It's Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call here this evening. Overall, 3-1 Minot at the end of one period. What was your big takeaway of that first period of play for Minot or Dickinson?
I think Minot, they won the battle of kind of the loose pucks. I think they were a little more aggressive in the offensive zone. I think the Dickinson defensemen were a little bit on their heels a little bit, but we talk about, from Tuesday till today, you knew it Minot had to come out and play better, and you have to think playing good defense is you have to take pride in it and want to be a good defensive player. There's what they call being a good two-way player. Hey, it's great when you're an offensive player, but what about your other part of your game? Every guy needs to be better in their own zone and in the neutral ice. You have a job to do, picking up a guy who it's like on a face-off. If as soon as win or lose, you have to know who you're going to take. So I think Minot was a little more aggressive. I think Minot was more physical. And Dickinson, I think, will come out, and they're going to know that they've got to come out and be stronger. They've got to play better. They've probably got to get more pucks on Blaze. And that's just the game. The high school games they're momentum swings. Like you said, it's a long ways. There's a lot of game left. Dickinson is right there. You're on the road. You just want to be within striking distance.
3-1 at the end of one period of play. Let's look at our game reset tonight, brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. Find them online and browse their massive inventory at driveryan.com. It's Ryan Family Dealerships bringing you the game rewind after one period of play. Minot High got on the board first in this hockey game as Mac Morelli, short-handed, picked it up back behind the net on a hard forechecking play. Mac Morelli on the old school wraparound tucked it in. Minot led 1-0 on the short-handed goal. Then the Magi see Mac Morelli on this excellent dish. Backdoor Panasuk. Hello, that one's good enough probably for a top 10 on Sports Center here tonight. Morelli feeds Panasuk, and Minot High leads 2-0 at that point. Then the Magi are going to find themselves with a big hit here in this hockey game. Physicality at this point certainly not lacking. Minot with a terrible turnover here. However, the Magi find themselves back in a one-goal game as Cheddar took that one to the top shelf, made the Magi pay. That was just an excellent feed. And then Panasuk was set up for Morelli and Tegan Strand, and the Magi take the lead back at 3-1. Then we saw a little bit of that 90s style stuff I was talking about with a check from behind on the far wall. Boom. Coleman comes in and delivers the boom as well, taking care of a teammate. That's some of that rough stuff we're talking about here in the showdown. Those are the highlights from period number one. What does that translate to as far as the numbers are concerned? Well, let's take a look at them. The numbers of the first period brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Minot leads 3-1. Shots are 11-7 Magi. 8 saves for Canterbury, 6 saves on the other end for Blaze Ostrom. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. However, Minot High is going to find themselves on a major power play advantage coming up at the beginning half of our second period of play. There's your numbers, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Any of those stand off the paper to you, Matt, after the first period? It's been a pretty fair hockey game here tonight, back and forth. Minot's just capitalized on 2 more opportunities than the Midgets in my mind.
You're right. We've talked about outnumbered situations, 2-on-1s. If you can take advantage of those, that's our big parts of the game. You don't get many of them. but you have to. Somebody's got to put it on net. You want a nice play, but you also don't want to be too fancy where you're not getting a shot on goal, and you want to have make the goalie, like you said, that defenseman, he's gonna want to not allow that pass across. But getting back to like you were saying, you get a little bit of a comfort level. It helps to get the flow of the game. You're getting other guys in more minutes. You get a little bit of a lead, and you can roll all your lines, and that's what you want, because you're going to have games where it's not going to be like that, and especially when you have a harder, tougher part of the schedule where you're having 3 games in 1 week. That is wears on these young guys. So if you can roll all your lines, it's good for the rest. You take it. Jersey Abrahamson out sick. That's going to happen throughout the season. There's going to be guys that get banged up and sick, and they have to miss a game or two. Hopefully not very long, but you need everybody, and you want to get contributions from everybody.
Minot High looking for more of those contributions here tonight. So are the Midgets. 3-1 at the end of 1 period played. We'll take our final timeout on the Magic Towing. First intermission report. We'll come back with our second period of play here on the PSP Network. The Magi are up by a pick on a Saturday night.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
From the 26-yard line, nearing the Serve Pro red zone are the Demons already. Handoff, Henke dances in the hole. Now he speeds and bursts outside, accelerates to the 20, 15, 10, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns.
Carter Henke, this time they go left, and he just does what he does so well, is he read the block. It wasn't off tackle, it wasn't off the guard on the inside, and he took his time, then he bounced to the outside, got a great little kick-out block, a touch block, and deep downfield for the Demons, helping him out.
Banking is some of the most important things in your life, and banking at the right bank is very important. We're really proud of our bank because we have great people, and our people are what make our bank go. We always want to treat our customers right and do the best job we can for them, and try to do things to help make our communities better.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Yeah, that's cranking pretty good.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers are one of my favorites. However, they are bumping in here tonight. We come back with a highlight, maybe the highlight of the game right now. Morelli off to Panasuk to give Minot High a 2-0 lead. Welcome into our second period of play here on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, on the call here tonight. There's a major change for the Dickinson Midgets after one period of play. If you're Cass Dvorak, what would that be? Is there anything that majorly needs to change after one?
Oh, well, I think Dickinson's probably got to be a little more aggressive, maybe a little more physical. They got to get pucks on net. 7 shots in a period for high school isn't a lot. You should be able to probably get 10 a period. You need upwards of that 30 for high school hockey, 30 for a game. I think Dickinson, they're doing fine. They're right with them. It's just a matter of a couple turnovers that they had that Minot capitalized on. That shorthanded one kind of really took a little bit out of the wind out of their sails, but that happens.
4-on-4 for the next minute, 5. After that, Minot High will be on a 5-on-3 that will turn into a 5-on-4, 5-minute major power play, from the 5-minute carryover. Here's Panasuk on the near side, back up top for the Magi. Mac Morelli, 3-point game for Mac Morelli right now. He's got it at the top of the circle, fires it back over. Panasuk handles, works it back to Radke. Radke gets it to Morelli. He can fire it. He goes back instead to Radke. Radke walks it, fires. Nice diving play in front of that one as Blonsky went down and made the block. Minot's in white. Dickinson's in black here tonight. Down low, up top. Oh, one-timer. That one just missed. Radke fed there from Tegan Strand to Morelli as the Magi working around nicely here on the power play. Back up top, Radke goes back away to Morelli, gets it back. Now Morelli again. He's going to send it back over here to Panasuk. And Panasuk had just a bit of an issue with it. Now it's pushed up to center ice. As it got away from Roars, Morelli's going to regroup with it. Here comes Mackley Morelli back into the offensive zone as he dumps it down. 34 seconds of 5-on-3. Morelli up top, back to Radke. Now Morelli again. Morelli will wrangle it with the skate and set up shop on the power play. Morelli's going to walk in with it, creating the lane, brings it back up top. Radke, big pad save, rebound out in front. Oh, robbery on the doorstep. Catamarus.
Great save.
Comes up big time with the pad save on Tegan Strand. Now here's Radke with a drive. Catamarus with a waffle board that time. Made the stop, and the puck is going to be set down here by the Midgets. Your goaltender's your best penalty killer. My goodness, the junior coming up big there, wasn't he?
Great. Yeah, great. That's what you need to do. You got to keep your team in it. You got to get a few lucky ones here and there. As long as you're keeping it out of the net, that's the main thing.
Finley Bentz on the attack in the offensive zone. Deal tried to hold, but it was spun around the end boards and all the way down from Krieg. Out of the net to play, and here is Blaze Ostrom. It's dropped back in behind the cage by the Minot High senior netminder. Comes up now to center ice. Richardson starts the motor up over neutral. Richardson's going to walk in with it. Defensive stop was put on there as Grohl intercepted. And now the puck is going to come back out into the neutral ice territory where the Magi regroup. Bentz back into the zone. He's got Holland with him. Tried to feed him on the backhand, but it was Krieg that took it. And Caden Krieg just launched it all the way down.
Well, you can't be fancy like that. You're on the power play still, so just, you don't have a play. If you can't beat 3 guys, just probably chip it in the corner. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, or maybe pulling up and just using the defenseman. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Catamarus made the stop on the Cope attempt. Short-handed are the Midgets. They dump it in. Ostrom thought about playing it. Instead, it's the Midgets with possession. And now Minot's going to send this one all the way down back into Dickinson territory where they're going to set up shop and just launch it right back out. Well, the kill for the Midgets has been good here in this second period of play, Matt. They've got Minot High's major power play down to 45 seconds as the Magi look for their first Serve Pro power play goal of this hockey game. They've got a short-handed goal. Minot High's going to turn it over. Look out the other direction we go now as walking down right in front of Blaze Ostrom. The opportunity was there. Got away from Dvorak. And Minot High used their get-out-of-jail-free card on that play. Tegan Strand takes it down underneath the net. Strand out in front. Panasuk looking for the hat trick. Big pad save again. Comes away down to Radke up top. He's got it here. He'll turn and fire. Waffle board stop. Sent out of the zone by the captain. It's a foot race. Ostrom's out of the net to play it. And Blaze Ostrom just plays it back up to center. Coleman got it off to Strand, and now they're going to call a hand pass here. How about the play of the junior goaltender for the Midgets tonight? Bryce Catamara is coming up big. This is a point-blank stop on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. One of his many on that Minot High power play.
Well, you got to give your team a chance, but kind of sloppy play by Minot. Not moving the puck real good on the power play. You've got to make better passes, crisp on the tape. And guys are kind of just maybe a little bit too loose out there. You've got a 2-goal lead. That's not enough to be comfortable in my mind.
Midgets kill it off. They're at full strength. Mark that down on the score sheet here tonight as the Midget penalty kill comes up big. Schmeichel off the wall. Puck is taken by the Magi. They try to clear. Now Schmeichel will do so. Comes to Rodacher at center. And the puck will come back into the possession here of the Midgets in their own territory. Midgets with the puck on the near side wall. You go back into the time machine, Matt. One of the biggest wins in the program of Dickinson High School came back in 2017. Uh-oh, that puck comes right out in front of Blaze Ostrom. He was forced to go down and make the stop, and Blaze came up with the save as that one just came out of nowhere. But the Minot High senior net keeper made the stop. And the score remains 3-1 Minot High School.
Well, like we were saying, you're a defenseman. You got to know who's behind you. That guy's got to tell him he's right on you. Make a play, reverse it, or chip it off the glass. But just not. Dickinson's a lot more aggressive this period, and they're kind of forcing Minot into some turnovers.
Back into that time machine of that conversation, back to 2017. Minot and Dickinson played in the state qualifier game for the state tournament. The Midgets got the win over the Magi. They went to the big dance. Minot High had to stay home. Not many times for the Magi, who've been to the state tournament 40 times. That's more than any other team in the WDA. But that was a year that they didn't make it due to the fact that the Midgets took their spot after Dickinson had a big-time win on that occasion. Puck comes out in front of the net. Here's a drive. Another blocker stop there from Catamaras. Morelli was on the doorstep. Puck comes back underneath the goal line. Still scrumming forward here. The puck's going to be pushed back up to center here by the Midgets. 4-1 for them on the season. Looking to get back to the state tournament like we just talked about. They've been there 4 times. They had quite a run of getting to the big dance. Dallas Coots took them there as a player back in 2001. Here's a penalty coming now and a stop in the play. And Minot High is going to find themselves shorthanded here as Panasuk's going to end up in the box on what will be a hooking call here for Minot High School.
Well, Minot got caught running around their own zone. They couldn't track the puck, and you see what happens. Maybe you start to panic and you have trouble in your own zone. It leads to a penalty. That's when you got to be calm. Take an icing. You can ice it with a change in high school hockey. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you got to talk and play your position. You can't be running all over the place.
Second power play of the game here for Dickinson. Dumped in. Stop was made, Catamaras. The Midgets went to the tournament in 2000. They went in 16, 17, and 18. They had 3 in a row, Matt, where they made their way to the big dance. They haven't been since 2018. Third team that is a force to reckon with this year, however. Puck comes up top for Roars. Oh, hard wrist shot on goal. And Blaze Ostrom comes up with the save as the Minot High goaltender will hang on tight to it. Well, Blaze has surrendered one here tonight, but I don't think many goaltenders in the state of North Dakota are stopping that shot that he gave up, Matt. Your thoughts on the performance of the young man here tonight for the Magi?
Well, so far so good. He just needs to get a little more confidence after a tough night against Century, but we've got to kill this penalty off.
Puck comes back up to the line where it's going to be taken by the Midget power play that's out for another minute 14. It's a Serve Pro power play. At the line, worked across, down to the corner it comes. Minot High's kill, trying to get aggressive down and deep where the puck is taken by Hall and make a deal. He poked it out to center. And now it's the Midgets that turn back at neutral ice with it. They're going to carry across the neutral ice zone here for Logan Gross. Minot takes it away here with Morelli, and Morelli's just going to turn, sail that one all the way down like a UFO. And 44 seconds remains of power play time now here for the visiting Midgets from Dickinson. Right in front of their own net, skating the puck up the ice. Logan Gross has it here. On the far side, met by Radke, is entering the zone. This is Seibel. Oh, Radke pounded him on the end boards. Eric Steele was there, and Steele put the arm up. It says that's illegal on the Magi.
Yeah, that's kind of a close call. He kind of turned his back and hit him. I don't know. I don't know if that's become a boarding on that one, or I mean, close call. It's probably the right call, but that's just more of a. They're both trying to gain the angle, and he kind of went in with his back towards the guy. So oh well. Sometimes you have to take a deep breath and say, I guess that's the way it's going to be, and we can not agree with it. I mean, we don't agree with it.
Look on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, it's a power play now here for the Midgets. That will be a 5-on-3. Are they talking about this being more than just a 2-minute call here on the Magi?
Geez, I don't know how you could give more than that when he went in with his back. He didn't two-hand him and cross-check him, and it wasn't a check from behind. But
oh
wow! I guess I haven't seen that one before, where you give a guy a 5-minute penalty. That could be a makeup call.
They just rung up Jason Bennett as well on the Minot High bench.
For a bench minor?
Bench minor on the Minot High co-head coach.
Maybe he just wanted to get his name on the score sheet.
Yeah. Well,
we probably won't tell him that. But.
All the respect in the world to Eric Steele. He certainly knows his way around the stripes, and the guy that refs inside the USHL and the NAHL. He's a guy that certainly knows his role in that position. I would be curious to pick his brain after he saw the replay on the play.
That might be. I could see a penalty, but 5. I don't. I don't know. I'm not sure on that one, but we got to respect it. They got a tough job to do, and refereeing at any sport is tough.
Power play comes back on for the Midgets here. Third power play of the game. Minot High goes down a man now. They should be down 2, however, they are. It's a 5-on-3 on the call to Panasuk wears off, so Panasuk can get free. However, with the second penalty to the Magi, he's unable to exit the penalty box at this point until the play comes to an end here for the Magi.
Well, like you talk about getting in the flow, like we were saying, the flow of a game, being shorthanded is not the way you want to play the game. It's tough. Certain guys are going to kill, and that tires them out. Well, then it shortens up the line. You have to redo your lines.
Another delayed call coming here on the Magi.
Holy cow.
Minot gets caught in a change. Back the other direction. We go down for Gross. He'll drop it off. Here's a drive. Ostrom. Blocker save. Rebound comes off the end wall. And the Magi are going to find themselves short-handed again. The 5-on-3.
I don't know about that call.
2-minute hooking here on the Magi, and into the box goes Morelli.
I don't know. I think some of these are a couple makeup calls from that earlier 5-minute on Dickinson. You can call it what you want, but that's a pretty weak call. I mean, you got to let these guys play a little bit too. I mean, come on. It's physical part of the game. It's aggressive. It's contact.
Well, Jordan Willard and Jason Bennett had a conversation just now with Jake Stack. Minot High's coaching staff not impressed, to say the least here, Matt.
Can you blame them? Jeez, I mean, come on. I'm not saying they make a lot of bad calls, but we're already down on the major that should have been a 2-minute penalty. Now you take another one. Come on, you're killing already. You're going to have some aggressive play. This guy's battling for the puck. I'm sorry, it's not nothing against Dickinson, but. Come on, I don't even think they would agree with that call.
Jake Stack and Eric Steele down at the penalty box in the ref circle, having the conversation with the scorekeepers Mike Kelly Sr. and Duffy Dobeck. Well, we talked about that vibe of the 90s here tonight, and Matt, I would just have to say that when the coaches get involved and the adrenaline starts to rise, that's when it can really start to become entertaining, and that's what we've got here. Midgets are on the power play. They look for one, trailing by a pair. Oh, puck came across in the offensive zone on a tee. One-time riser. Oh, that was a howitzer that missed there from Hughlin. Back at the point. Minot High trying to kill off another 55 seconds of 5-on-3 time here for the Midgets. Back up top, comes away, a drive, knocked down. Coleman with a backhand, sends it up into row number 7. And Coleman just had that puck on its side. Nice effort there from Coleman, just a bit of a rolling puck that caught him.
Nice block, you're just lucky. I mean, we're lucky, if that's in higher leagues, it's a penalty on you. You can't shoot it out over the glass like that, but high school doesn't have that rule, so we kind of got a lucky break there.
In the offensive zone here for the Midgets. 42 seconds of Servpro power play time as the Midgets working up top. On the near side, top of the circle, across the point from Blonsky. At the line, whistled in. High riser, miss from Tanner Roars. He can hum it from there. He's got 8 points on the year. Little stop and go move here from the Midgets as Roars gets it back up top. Fire save, rebound, loose in front. Ostrom kicked it aside. Minot's going to try to clear at the line. Roars had it in his skates. He did a little dance with it, and the puck comes all the way back out to neutral.
Man, those got to be all the way down. You can't dump it up the middle. Use the wall. It's so much harder for the power team on the power play to handle it off the wall.
Puck at the line now for Roars. Kicks it across far side. This is Dvorak. Down to the corner they go with it. Coleman goes down to a knee to block it. He's pinned up in the corner. Nice job from Coleman freezing the puck on the wall as the Midget power play has worked the play around nicely here. Sent in front. Oh, it's on a tee, but it escapes the grasp there of Stengel. Back away now is Krieg. Krieg's got it, drops it down underneath the goal line, back out. Here's a shot on goal. Ostrom with a blocker stop there. Puck comes back away at the line. Roars, it's a shooting gallery, and Roars is denied by Lace Ostrom. Minot launches all the way down. That's going to send this one to the other end of the ice, and the Magi kill has been impressive here on the 5-on-3 time as the Magi have 3 in the box. Morelli looking to get out of the box. Still some confusion down there in the scorers table, Matt. When Minot High will go down to 1 player down here in this situation. 58 seconds for sure at least remaining on the 5-on-3. 5:44 to play here in the second. 3-1 Minot High on top. Midgets with possession. Big hit down and deep. Richardson laid the body. Midgets have possession. They work it around. Top of the circle, Dvorak back to the point, comes to Grohl, now Dvorak surveys. Richardson went down and blocked the shot. Puck comes back up top. Here's Grohl, sent out front. Oh, Ostrom came across and made a big time stop on that shot. Puck comes from the line, rebound, kicked out, back up top. Here's a drive, Ostrom again. Minot trying to clear, they can't.
This guy can't keep going up the middle. You got to use the boards.
15 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Backdoor, out in front of the net. On a tee there. That one sent over the cage by Dvorak as the Magi dodging some bullets. And how about Blaze Ostrom coming up big as the penalty kill continues on here for Minot High School.
Well, now he's finally getting tested a little bit and he's into the game, but you have a chance to clear it. You got to use the boards. You're going up the middle. That's just such an easy play for their defensemen. Make it tough on them.
Off the draw, Matson takes it. Got it past Krieg, and it's out to center. Under 5 to play in the second. Minot High will have Morelli coming out of the box in just a moment. Now Minot's only 1 man down as the puck's at center. Holland from Morelli. Holland dancing with it. Nice stick check there as that puck was taken away by Logan Gross. Holland's going to hold it in here at the point. Went off of Krieg. Krieg out in front of the net. Back away with it now. This is Caden Dvorak. He's going to go up to center with it. And Dvorak's going to carry it into Minot High territory. Taken by the Magi. Deal sends it down. Minot's at full strength out of the box. Radke goes down. He's back up with it with a backhand. Trying to spin it around towards the net. Ends up on the tape here for Deal. Fires it towards the cage. Tipped wide. Puck comes back away to the far side. Now Deal's got it again. 4:08 to play in the second. It's an entertaining hockey game at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena in the 54th all-time matchup. Here's a break for the Midgets. They carry down with it. Zeitz got it on the lead pass. Puck is set up at the top of the circle. Now it's fired back out to neutral. And on the retrieve here for the Midgets with 2 checking hard here for the Magi. Oh, Rodacker could have got rung up for a charging. They let that one go. The puck will be sent all the way down. That one right in front The Zebras better.
I think they're smart. They would have called that on Minot. There would have been one of the coaches probably would have stepped right in there.
Jason Bennett rung up in this game for bench minor earlier on here in the period. Emotions run high in high school sports, any sports for that matter. Especially for the Magi after they scored 6 against Century the other night. And they dropped 7-6. They lost that hockey game to fall to 1-1. Minot feels like they're in need of a victory here, certainly on their home ice. Puck's at the line. Radke wound it way up. Nice block there. Getting in the way of it was Stengel. Puck's down to the corner where Schmeichel battles for it. But it's the Midgets out and up to center it comes now where it's moved across from Blonsky. Blonsky running to there. By Rutlick comes away to the near side. Oh, Ostrom forced to make another stop. Minot's got it out in front of their own cage. Rutlick trying to clear it out. You better buckle up tight, folks. This one has the makings of being a wild one as time wears to 2:43 left here in this middle period. Schmeichel got it back down to Richardson. Up to center. Blade came out of the skate for the D-man here for the Midgets. Back the other way. Here's a drive. Rutlick fires. Both blades are out of the skates for the D-man here for the Midgets. And on the ice is number 16, Colton Cupper.
Well, you don't see that very often. You usually see you lose one piece of steel, but not to the point where you lose both of them.
Well, Minot High would have an argument here. I hate to say it. He's not injured. He just lost the steel on the skates.
They shouldn't be blowing the whistle for that. That's the tough breaks of hockey. They don't, like you said, if it's not an injury, he's either got to limp back to the bench or you just have to wait for a whistle. But I don't know why that was called.
Off the draw, quick shot came just wide on the attempt there from Panasuk. Shots are 18-13 Magi. This has been a good hockey game here tonight. We talked about it in the pregame that it wouldn't be a cakewalk on either side. It was billed as a good one, and it's certainly been just that. Puck's taken here by the Midgets to the far side wing. Cheddar's got it. Cross ice dish to the near side where it comes down to Gross, and Gross met there by the Magi's. Morelli, he tried to clear. Morelli tried to block it. Came in on Ostrom. And Blaze Ostrom goes down and makes the stop. Here with under 2 to play in the second. 3-1 Minot High leading. The DJ inside the arena cranking the tunes here tonight. And the intensity at a high level here in this hockey game. Off the draw, puck comes away to Finley Betts. Watch him motor, turns on the gas now, and Finley Betts is going to break free, coast to coast. Betts fires it, save, rebound. Oh, Catamarus comes up with a huge stop on the Betts opportunity. He may be the quickest kid inside the entire WDA, Matt, is what the word on the street is. He certainly can motor.
Yeah, he can go.
Into the offensive zone now for the Midgets out in front. Here's a drive that came in. Ostrom goes down and makes the save, and Blaze Ostrom will hang on to it. Here's another look at Finley Betts. Hits the turbos, comes in by himself on Catamarus. And Catamarus denied him. He's been good here in this hockey game tonight. 91 seconds left in the second. 18-15, the shots on goal according to the board here at the Mesa Arena. Off the draw for the Magi. It's skating out to center. Rutlick's got it again. Rutlick hounded on the near wall. Got it down and deep to Rodacker. Rodacker stick handling down to the corner. Tried to shuffle it on back. Sent it out front. Oh, came up to Radke. Radke's going to have to regroup at center. Comes away to his partner on the near side. That's Lemon. And then Lemon sends it up into the seats. Souvenir finding a fan with 1:09 to play here in our second period.
Like we were talking about, when you're in the offensive zone, everywhere especially, but you've got to be ready for the puck at all times. I don't care where you are on the ice, but you need to be ready for it, and you have to expect it, because you're kind of like not in the play if you're not ready for it.
Into the offensive territory we come. Schmeichel's got it here. Heard the 1-minute call from Duffy Dobeck. Time starting to wear thin. Loose out front. Puck is going to be freed now by the Midgets. Radke sends the man flying on the far side. That was Cheddar that got the worst of that. Minot wraps it around the glass, goes out for Rutlick, back on to neutral. Well, I haven't seen everybody in the WDA yet, Matt, but I'll promise you one thing. Dickinson is going to cause some headaches for the teams inside this conference, and they are going to be a team that is going to feel deserving of getting back to the state tournament. Oh, Radke at center ice. Now he and Roars are having a conversation. That was a big boy hit.
But you getting back to discipline, you got to be smart. There's only so much time after a guy releases the puck or the puck is not near you. You just have to let up. Maybe rub them out. I know everybody wants to go and pop somebody and make that big hit, but you've got to kind of have some common sense to know this is not a good time at the end of the period to go and blow somebody up. Now we're back to shorthanded again.
Serpro power play comes back out here for the Midgets. Puck sent all the way down. All right, kids, cut them down. We're at 13 seconds. Make it 10, now 9, now 8. Midgets with possession in their own territory. Up to center. Minot takes it away with Morelli. One more chance. Morelli's going to walk and fire off the shin pad there of Roars. We are through 2 periods of play as it heats up down in the near corner. Fair to say the third period might be a little rock'em sock'em here, Matt, in your mind?
Well, I would think so. There's a lot of aggressive behavior out there with these guys, and you have tight games, and in a tight game, you can't be undisciplined. It's just not gonna work out in your favor. You've got to be smart. You've got to know when to play, channel your energy in the right way. Don't do that by taking a bad penalty because you're hurting your team.
Buckle up tight. 17 minutes is all that's left in a 3-1 hockey game tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. We've got ourselves a bit of a war brewing here tonight. Battle within battle. It's fair to say that it's been an all-out war tonight between the Midgets and the Magi. We'll break it down in our second intermission report, brought to you by our friends at Magic Towing.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
You blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing brings you second intermission. 3-1, Minot high on top. Put this number in your phone right now. You'll be glad you did. 701-509-4011. That's the number to Magic Towing. You'll be glad you put that number in your phone when you're sitting on the side of the road in the North Dakota winter. It's Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. We've got ourselves a hockey game. Dickinson, certainly a player. Minot high, a player right now is... We've got a 3-1 tilt. This is about what I expected here tonight. Is it about what you expected in this hockey game?
Yeah, for sure. Dickinson had a tough one the other night against Legacy. You knew they were going to come hungry. They want these West Region games are big for at any time of the season. I don't care when it is. They're points. You want to establish so you're not having to come work your way up from the bottom in the second half of the season. You want to get a little bit of traction early in the season, and especially for them, it's a longer road. They're on a road trip. Anytime you're on the road, you need some breaks. You need maybe a couple greasy goals. They're right there. We knew Dickinson would come out harder. Minot's kind of it wasn't bad. We had some opportunities. I don't think we had as many shots as Minot probably would have wanted to get that second period, but Minot's got to be more disciplined. I mean, we talk about it. We know they get excited. These kids got a lot of adrenaline going through their bodies, but you've got to know when to be smart. If you want to lay a big hit on somebody and you know that it's close to that time where the puck is not near or has been released by the opposing player, you just have to let up. You got to rub them out. You just can't make that big hit because the way the referees are taught, they've got to err on the side of safety. They just have to. I'm not going to turn on any referees. Doesn't matter whether I know them or not, but they have to call it in the safety of the players. But we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot right now. We killed a bulk of that period. Great kill, 5-on-3. But we've got to stay out of the box. You can't have your veteran players taking bad penalties at the worst time of the game. And a 2-goal lead is not, if it's 10 seconds left and you're up 2, I like that better. But when there's a full 17 minutes left and Dickinson's going on the power play, Minot's got to have a big kill. I think Minot's got to be a little more aggressive. I think Dickinson kind of came out, and they knew they had to be a little more sense of urgency with their play. So it's going to be a good third period, and that's we knew it would be like that.
It's going to be a wild one, I would have to assume, as the Midgets look for win number 3 inside the conference. Minot looks for win number 2 inside the conference here tonight. First matchup of the year between the two squads and the 54th all-time meeting between these two teams. There's plenty of highlights in this one. There's 4 goals in the hockey game. The rest of the highlights are goaltender saves and some of the rough stuff that you're going to see in this sport that we love so much. Let's take a look at our Ryan Family Dealerships rewind to the hockey game. Here's the highlights in this contest here tonight. Starting with Mackley Morelli, short-handed to lead things off in the scoring column here tonight. Morelli took it on the forecheck from behind the net, wrapped it around and into the net. Then he's got an even better play here as he finds Panasuk back door. What a play that was. Panasuk buries that one home for goal number 3, point number 5 on the year. The Magi are up 2-0 at that point, 2:50 left in that opening period of play. There's one of those big hits in this hockey game. Those hits like that are the ones that you're happy with. It's clean and nobody's penalized in those situations. Watch this play from Cheddar. He's going to get the puck on an excellent dish out in front of the net on the second effort coming from Hugland. And Cheddar made no mistake about that one. He put it to the top shelf, right where Grandma keeps the cookies. Minot High responded moments later to make it 3-1 as Easton Panasuk scored his second of the hockey game. Minot leading 3-1. Now we're going to get into the rough stuff. This was at the end of the first period. A checking from behind. Carter Coleman comes over. Says that's not how we do it on this home ice surface. Both plays resulted in penalties, 5 for the Midgets. Ended up being a 2 on Coleman. In the second period, we haven't seen any scoring yet. That's because the goaltending has been superb. How about this save out in front? Catabaras, point-blank opportunity for the Magi, and Catabaras kicked out the leg pad. Dickinson's had some chances of their own in this hockey game, but here's a 5-minute major for boarding. You watch that back, and that's, I'm sorry, nothing but respect for the officials. That cannot be a 5-minute major call. That's an unfortunate one there. Blaze Ostrom's been good in this hockey game. At the same time, Matt, you see a big save there. Finley Benz had an opportunity on a breakaway here where he went down. Catabaras stoned him on that play. That was with under 2 to play in the third. Those are the highlights from this hockey game as we are at our second intermission. 3-1, Minot High on top. Next week on the PSP Network, well, it's going to be a busy one. We had Minot at St. Mary's in high school. We had Minot at St. Mary's in high school basketball scheduled for Tuesday night. I just got a text from Jason Schwartz, the head coach of the Midgets. Games on Tuesday are now at Magic City Campus Gymnasium, so Minot will host St. Mary's coming up on Tuesday. Devil's Lake is here for boys hockey. We'll have to check Owen Patterson's schedule and see if he'll be able to make the call on Tuesday night for high school hoops, because Matt Morelli and I will be here at the Pepsi Rink. Wednesday, the program podcast will be on the air. Thursday, Minot's at Legacy of boys high school hockey. That's a big one as the Magi go up against the state's top producer, Drew Beasley and company. On Friday, a doubleheader in high school hoops. The Demons are in town to take on the Midgets and the Magi. I'll have the call with Joe Cattell at 6 and 8 o'clock on Friday nights. St. Mary's is at Legacy for a doubleheader at 6 and 7:45. And then we head next week on Saturday, where the Jamestown Blue Jays take on the Minot High Magicians in boys high school hockey. It's almost like a pro schedule for Minot High hockey here next week. That's 3 games and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nights. That is a pro schedule next week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Should be a good one nevertheless. 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played. What do you expect in this third?
Well, I think Dickinson's, they probably got to come out, maybe take a few more chances. I think they want to probably get one. Say, let's chop that period into thirds and say, let's get one the first 5-6 minutes if we can make it put a little pressure on Minot. And I think Minot's just got to settle down. For one, they got to Minot's got to kill this penalty off, and we can't take any more bad penalties. They're just, like we said, we're kind of, our own worst enemy right now, and that's I know it's high school hockey. These guys, they're learning, and they're gonna make mistakes, but some of that is you've got to learn and you got to be smart. Do I want to put my team down? you're putting yourself in front of the team, and it shouldn't be like that. Team always comes first. So Minot's got to kill it off and just ride it out and then get back to 5-on-5, because like we were saying, you want to roll everyone. No coach wants to have guys just sitting on the bench getting cold. They want to play all their guys. They want to roll 4 lines and 6 defensemen. And the players want to get action too. That's why they're there. That's the only way they're going to learn is to be in game situations. So you've got to get everybody involved, but when we're playing shorthanded, you can't do that. Dickinson, they're on the power play, start off. They've got to get some shots on Blaze. Osham's been big up to this point. First period, I don't think he was tested real much. Second period, whole different story. That's when you're a goalie, you want shots. You want shots like a skater, a forward or defenseman wants minutes, because that's the only way you're going to improve your game is getting 30 to 45 shots a game. Sometimes you have a tough night. Other times, the puck is like a beach ball and you're seeing everything. But your guys out in front of you have got to make space so you can see those shots.
Cadmus on our left, getting ready for the second period. He stopped 15 of 18. Ostrom stopped 14 of 15. Both kids have been real good here tonight, but I'll guarantee you this. If there is another goal in this hockey game, not to be the most cliche guy of all time, like I always say, but that next one's going to be a big one here in this hockey game tonight.
Definitely.
Second period. Ended up with a little bit of everything, including a bench minor on Jason Bennett. Jawing back and forth. Minot comes out for the third. The Midgets are already out and waiting. They let the ice settle in. We're just about set for the third period of play. We'll come back and drop the puck on it when we return to the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. 17 minutes. The distance. In a 3-1 contest with the Magi up by a pair.
Water. Boom. Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge.
Tonight's hockey game on the PSP Network is brought to you by all those fine sponsors you see on the PSP Network, including our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics. You can visit minotbraces.com for more information. Free virtual consultations or in-office consultations for that matter. They also offer 0% financing at Prestwich Orthodontics. Find out more at minotbraces.com. Minute 25 of power play time for the Midgets to open things up. Here in the third, they're in black, Minot's in white. Puck's up to center ice here for Blonsky. As Blonsky moves forward, taken there, and it's Brock Matza that just launches it all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. Minot State brings you the game tonight as well. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. 96% of recent college grads at Minot State are either employed or continuing their education. Minot State grads get jobs, period. Carter Coleman down and deep on the penalty kill. Firing a hit there, freeing the puck for a moment, but now it's the Midgets that are up to center with it. They launch it all the way down. It hit traffic out in front, so it won't be an icing. And the Magi have real estate here as they launch it all the way back into the Midget defensive territory. Minute 10 into period number 3. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call tonight. Nothing like Tuesday night hockey, nothing like Friday night hockey. Something special, however, about a Saturday night tilt, isn't there, inside of conference play?
They're all good nights for hockey, but the weekends seem to be a little bit, Saturday night a little bit better.
Yeah, you looked at me kind of wondering well, what about Sunday and Monday and Wednesday, Thursday? You miss those days. Any day that we're on the ice, it's good.
It's like Badger Bob. Every day is a great day for hockey.
All the way down it comes. Minot clears it out of there, and it's the Magi that are at full strength as Radke's going to head on over to the Minot High bench. Magi have the Schmeichel line out. Best hockey here we've seen in the West region probably since your time playing back in the 80s, I would have to think.
It's kind of like when they show the Minnesota State High School tournament. Remember those days? They show the guys during the right before after the starting line, after they announced all the guys, and they had like an award. There was a guy that came up. Remember that? They had a guy that had the award, and it was incredible how humorous that was.
The all-hair team.
All-hair team, that's right. Good call.
Even brought Barry Melrose in on that.
He'd know.
He certainly would know. Puck's taken here by Rodacher in the dot. Still scrubbing for it. Rodacher's out with it. Here's a quick drive. Oh, Schmeichel almost had number 3 on the year, but the stop was made from Catamarus. That young man from Dickinson's been good tonight. 19 shots on goal, but boy, for the Magi, there have been some quality chances here in this hockey game.
There've been a lot of grade A chances, put it that way. That's what he needs. Dickinson needs that to keep him in it.
Puck's taken on the near side. Rutlick moves it into the zone, but here come the Midgets with Blonsky. Up to center it comes now for Stengel. He makes a move. He's in on Ostrom's blocker side. Comes back away. Rutlick's got it here, and Rutlick will push up to center where it's going to come back into the hands of Roars. Back into the offensive zone again for Cheddar. Game's goal scorer for the Midgets tonight. Cheddar scored back in the first on an absolute snipe shot, picking up his second goal of the year. It's a Midget team that's got 13 players that have a goal on the season coming through their 5 games already on the year. That's good distribution for this hockey club.
Yeah, they need it. You need everybody. You've got to be up and down the lineup, because you're not going to, towards the end of the year, you're not going to, if you only rely on a few guys, you're probably not going to make it.
Dumped into the zone here by the Midgets, and peeling off for a change is Cheddar. Held it at the line, up top now. This is Grohl with it. Minot's got possession up to center. Strand is in with a streaking Panasuk looking for number 3. Oh, that one might have been in, hit the pipe. Top shelf, and it rattled right on out of there, Matt. What a shot from Panasuk.
Right off the crossbar.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the angle that puck came back out. No way it could have been a goal, but let's look at it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Panasuk somehow wrangles that pass in. Oof, it was close to hitting the elbow and making its way into the net. The difference.
That would have been a nice one to have, that fourth one. But I mean, that's what Minot's got to do. You got to shoot the puck, get shots on net, and hit the net. And that's the main thing, is get rebounds for other guys.
Aren't sports a magical thing? The difference in just a few millimeters.
Game of inches.
Game of inches. Coleman down and deep, pushed it out front, comes to the point. Brock Manson's got it, whistles it in. Catamarus makes the stop. He's going to hang on to it. Tonight's game on the PSP Network is also brought to you in part by our good friend Mason Kramer at Mason Kramer Photography. Game action shots and senior portraits. Mason Kramer, one of the best in the business when it comes to live game photos and senior portraits. He does it all. Mason Kramer can be found on all social media platforms. Minot's got it here. Coleman working out, shot on. Catamarus comes up with another stop in this hockey game. But Catamarus certainly sticking his name into the hat as our MVP of this contest here tonight on the PSP Network, isn't he?
Well, I think he plays his angles really good. He cut that short side down. I don't think Carter got all much on as he wanted, but either way, you got to keep your team in it. Give your team a chance at the end.
Underneath the net, Minot High's Finley Bench scrumming for it, but out with it. Come the Midgets to center and across. It's Dvorak. Oh, big time hit. Holland lays the paste on the near side.
We got a penalty too.
As Blonsky had the raw end of that deal as Holland gave him the big boy hit. Let's see if that one was caught on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. They're going to say Holland's going to the box on a 2-minute roughing call here.
Well, I mean, we like physical play, but just in these tight games, you just have to, you want to play where you're not going to do something to put your team at a disadvantage. Like I said, like the physical play, but you got to know when to let up and when kind of just to rub them out. It's such a tight, they're calling it tight, and I get it. They're going to do that, the referees, but.
Here's a drive on goal, save from Ostrom. Kick that one away. I'm going to ask you a hot button question. Knocked down by the Magi. Is that a call on the east side of the state of North Dakota, yes or no?
I don't know. Maybe not. Sometimes I think a lot of times it's the what kind of style the referee is going to, what are they like? I think a lot of it's just the referees, but it's probably right. I mean, it doesn't, but we don't have to agree with it. But I don't know. They happen so quick. That's the biggest thing in hockey. The game is so quick. These players are quick and get quicker, and they're more talented. And their strength is so much better than the old days. But you don't want to see anybody get hurt either. But it's just for Minot, we're kind of taking the raw end of some of these penalties. You've got to be a little smarter.
Puck on the near side. Midgets have it. Puck's taken away here by the Mad Giant. Up to center comes Coleman. He's into the zone with it. On it high, short-handed as the Dickinson Serve Pro power plays out for 1:13. On the roughing call to Holland. There's a hit from Coleman up at center. Now it's fired in as Deal sent it on down. That's my only argument with the whole thing is that, and it's not really an argument. It's more of a, here comes my soapbox speech that I give every high school hockey game. Puck's in behind Ostrom. Freed down here for the Magi's. Deal. Ostrom's without a stick. Had a stop in the play here.
Not really sure what the whistle was for.
Yeah, me neither. Net may be off its moorings, possibly.
Oh, he broke his stick.
But back.
Broken stick. Okay,
oh, yeah. Ostrom has a broken stick. The Minot High netminder.
Yep. Obviously doesn't have a spare. I just saw somebody take off running.
Back to that conversation, though. The game has changed so much. From your time in the 80s to the 90s at North Dakota, my time playing high school hockey through graduating in 2004 until where we are today, the amount of big hits in this hockey game that would have just been applauded by everybody involved compared to power play time.
Probably old days, they probably wouldn't have called some of those. They probably called some, but a lot they let go. They just let them go. And you can call it any way you want. It's just the way it is.
Morelli, tough on the defense there. Comes away to Panasock. He'll turn the motor on shorthanded up to center. I guess I just need to change my view on it and understand that high school hockey in North Dakota, if there's a big hit, 9 chances out of 10, there's probably going to be a penalty coming with it. Like you say.
Like it. Yeah, I think it's more of a safety thing. The refs are instructed the last few years to really crack down on the stick work and anything close where I don't know. I'm with you. I don't agree with it, but whatever we think is, we're not referees, but.
Out in front of the net, Minot High trying to clear. Mad Giant at full strength.
Holy cow, sloppy play.
Morelli tried to clear it out, comes back behind the net, scrubbing for it. Ostrom lost a stick on the play. Puck's on the near side wall. Minot now gets out to center. Here's Morelli with Panasock. It's a 2-on-3. Morelli out of the backhand, sends it to Panasock. Oh, it just missed. Morelli sends it back out front. Back to Deal. Fired. Save there, and it comes away to Morelli in Gretzky's office. Under 10 to play in regulation. Morelli through the middle. He's going to have to track this one back down with a backhand. Trying to send it into the zone. Taken by Gross out to center. And it's sent back on in. My concern is that we get to a point in the game of hockey where hitting's no longer involved. And as an old school hockey guy that likes a 1-0 hard-hitting affair that grew up watching the SJHL in the 90s. Here's Rutlick, by the way. He's in. Fires all. Sent it just wide of the blocker's side.
Wow, nice, good speed there. Just turn it on and caught Dickinson kind of off guard there.
Matson back with it. I'll finish my rant here with the fact that being at the All Seasons Arena for girls hockey last night over at the State Fairgrounds brought back a lot of memories of the roots of watching the SJHL back in the 90s. That's when it was prison rules. Growing up with that style of play, a couple big hits there that no call comes from. However, Richardson from the point, high riser, missed the net.
You got to put him on net. We're missing the net. It's just kind of like an easy out for Dickinson. It's like a breakout for him.
Holland back behind the Dickinson cage with 8:38 to play in regulation. Holland back away now to Finley Bentz. He's got it here. Wrapped around the end boards, comes away to the near side wing. Magi hold. Deal gets it off. Here's Bentz. Fires on. Blocker save. Loose in front. Puck's cleared by the Midgets. From Tuesday night where Minot lost 7-6 to Century to tonight, quite a bit of improvement in your mind, Matt?
Well, I think so. I think they're should be better defensively. We've had a few turnovers that not great timing, but I think overall better. I mean, it still needs a lot of work, but it's going to be. It's only our third game.
Cope fires that one on from an odd angle. Stop was made, but it's got it now underneath the net here with Holland. No, he doesn't. It's cleared back up by Blotsky. Minot holds the line. Here's a drive coming into the catching mitt. It goes, and another stop for Catabaris. He's impressed me in this hockey game tonight. 25th shot on goal, 22nd save of the hockey game.
Well, there's still a lot of time for Dickinson. They just probably got to get a little more offensive. They've got to get out. They're having a little trouble in their own end. They've just got to get a solid breakout here and get down and get in Minot's end for some pressure. But last couple minutes, Minot's kind of taking it to him.
On the glove side, off the draw. Strand's got it. Looks out front. Radke came crashing in. He fired it on towards the net. Just sent it wide. Morelli's down to the far side. Scrubbing underneath the circle. Now it's freed back up to center. Comes away here for the Magi. They've got it now with Madsen. Time to vote for tonight's MVP of the matchup. You can tweet at us at Network PSP. Let us know who you think tonight's MVP of this game is. While you're on the Twitter handle, make sure to hit follow. Do the same thing on Facebook. You'd be surprised how many likes and subscribes, shares and follows, how much that helps our mission of promoting local athletes in our great state of North Dakota. If you haven't done so, we ask that you so kindly do. And while you're at it, make sure to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube platform as well. That way you always know when we're live on the air for high school sports. Inside of the WDA and out. Magi pushed to center now as Strand was after the puck, comes up to neutral ice. Here's Panasuk with it. Panasuk weaving through. Oh, he's met there. Big time hit. And the stop from Stengel. Stengel laid out Panasuk on its top line, going off for a change. Midgets with real estate, but only 6:12 remaining in the hockey game.
That's where he's just going to chip it down deep. Make the Dickinson defensemen work for it. Get them going backwards. You're not going to beat, a 1-on-3. It's tough to. You might beat one guy. You're probably going to beat that second guy.
Dumped into the zone here by Rodacker.
Good play. Yeah, good play like that. Go over the red line, chip it in.
Rutlick was after it. We haven't had a goal since the first period. That's when we had 4 of them. Minot led 3-1 at the end of one here tonight. Second was a stalemate. Third has been the same. As the Magi carry up to center. Got away from Andrew Coleman. Oh, that a big hit right in front of us here. Rodacker takes down Zietz, and guess what? Another power play coming for the Midgets here. What will the call be from Eric Steele? Oh, that's going to be a 10 and a 2 for a check from behind. Is that what that call is? It's a 5 and a 10 for check from behind on Rodacker.
Boy.
Jason, the look on Jason Bennett's face right now. Talk about a.
Well, you might as well go hit the shower. Your night's over. You don't even want to know what I'm thinking.
Jordan Willert wants to talk it over with Eric Steele. Now, here's an interesting dynamic here. We'll see if we got it on the replay. Let's see if we ended up with it. Might have been just behind the play. Well, there's a big hit on Panasuk. Puck comes away to the near side. Yeah, we don't have it. I do apologize.
Maybe that's a good thing. I might have said something bad.
Second 5-minute major on the Magicians here in this hockey game. There's been one called on the Dickinson Midgets here tonight. You already heard how I feel about hitting in hockey and in the politest manner possible, just
must be a 5-minute major without the misconduct, because otherwise he'd be gone. Yeah, he'd be gone. He'd get the hottest water in the shower.
If you've got the puck on your stand, I shouldn't say this without seeing the replay, but The puck's on your stick, you're an open target to be hit. Now there's a charging, there's a boarding, there's a behind that can be called, so that is a fine line, and I better not speak out of school. However, it's a 5-minute major power play nevertheless here for the Midgets, and they go to work. Minot short-handed with Holland. He carries up. Holland fires into the catching mitt, and the stop is made.
Got to take a look. You got to take a look. You got a trailer. It's a shot on net, but you could have had probably a better play with a trailer. That's just a little bit of inexperience.
Canaris stuck at 25 according to the shots on goal on the board here tonight. That one they deemed was sailing wide on the play. We're down to 5:13 to play in regulation. The Midgets have 4 minutes and 39 seconds of 5-minute major power play time. They can score as many goals as they want without Minot's penalized player, Rodacker, leaving the penalty box. Minot clears it all the way down. The ServPro power play has been good tonight here for Dickinson. However, Minot High's goaltending has been better in these situations. Can the Midgets get one here? Krieg is in after it. The all-region player, the two-time all-region player, worked up to the line, fired out in front, taken and launched all the way down. Deal sent it 200 feet.
Well, that's good penalty kill by Minot. You got to be aggressive, and you got to clog. You got to block those passing lanes.
Lead pass in, one-time opportunity out front, all alone for Logan Gross. And the goaltender for the Magi, Blaise Ostrom, came up with the stop. Good for Blaise tonight.
Needed a bounce back. We just got to keep going. We got 4.5 minutes here. Big kill for Minot coming up. You got four minutes to go.
Off the draw, puck back in behind the Minot High net. Deal's going to take it. He'll fire it all the way down again. That one just about the full 200 feet. He was behind his own goal line. And the power play down to 3 minutes 38 seconds here for the Dickinson Midgets with 4:03 to play in regulation. This has been a fun hockey game to be a part of here tonight. And let me tell you, when that WDA tournament preview show comes around, it's pretty early in the year to say it. However, Dickinson might be one of my picks inside the West region. I like their game here tonight.
That's good. They're aggressive. You knew you had to come out and play better. You can't have a couple bad ones in a row. West region hockey is, they're too big of games to not be showing up.
Midgets back in behind their own net. 3:25 to tick down in regulation. Dickinson doesn't need to hit the hurry and panic button just yet, but goals have been on a premium here against Ostrom tonight. They trail by 2. They need a pair of them as Krieg moves it away to the near side. To Roars. He pushes up to center. Comes all the way down into Minot High territory. Radke's in after it. Radke got it away down to Strand. Nice play from Strand. Spun it from the wall on his backhand to his forehand. Got it to Finley Benson. Look at Benson is going to take it away shorthanded. Benson is going to be hauled down. Almost fired the shot off. Midgets will touch.
That could even be a penalty shot.
Minot High fans calling for the penalty shot. They won't get it. Instead, it will end up in a 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes as Minot High on the excellent feed there. Finley Benz, how about the hustle on that play?
Good hustle. That's what you got to do. You got to be aggressive. Don't give them any time to set up on their penalty kill, and that's what Minot's got to. What you need. You got to keep your shift short. You still got 2.5 minutes of even up hockey.
Off the draw for the Magi. Strand's got it back behind the net. Here's Strand to the near side. Surveying now, and Strand will walk out with it. He'll fire, save, rebound, loose in front. Oh, Bance fanned on a bouncer out in front of him. Not easy to contain as the Midgets bring it all the way back to the other end of the ice. Now Finley Bence again. Can he turn the motor on? He can. Bence carries it down into the offensive zone. Tried to work it down to the corner. He was met there. Hughlin intercepted. And now the Midgets will carry forward here with Gross.
Yeah, get some fresh guys out there. You got to be smart when you're talking the last couple minutes of the game. You don't want to give up a weak one because you're stayed out too long.
Both teams have their timeout remaining. 2 minutes on the dot to play in regulation. Minute 7 of 4-on-4 time, then back to the power play for a short stint to end the game here for the Dickinson Midgets, but it's Morelli down with it. Morelli's going to try the wraparound again. No, he goes to Panasuk out front. Panasuk almost had the hat trick, but the stop was made by Catabaris. Puck comes all the way back down into the Midget offensive territory. Zeitz out front now. Deal's going to lay it off ahead. Here comes Morelli. He's got Panasuk. Panasuk's going to break free. Here's Panasuk on angle. Getting a stick on that was Grohl. Kicked it down to the corner. Morelli to the point for Manson. Manson turns and fires, sailed it wide. Puck comes back away down to Radke. Dangling with it, Radke, odd angle shot. Catabaris made the stop on the play. Top unit for Minot High doing well on this 4-on-4. Now Morelli's going to chase in after it. One behind him. Down to the final minute to play in regulation. Manson up top, fired just wide on the play. Midgets are going to go to full strength. Back to 5-on-4 to Serve Pro power play here for Dickinson as Holland's got it and Holland carries in. Out in front of the net now, it's going to be taken by Dickinson up at center. 40 seconds.
They get their goalie off the ice.
There goes Catabaris. Net is vacant to our left. Puck comes back underneath the net. Ostrom comes up with the stop. He's going to hang on to it. As the conversation continues to the right of Blaise Ostrom. Well, do the Midgets use their timeout? They're running out of time to do so. They still have one remaining, I believe, don't they, Matt?
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you use it? Get your best guys rested and get them out there, but maybe they down two. I guess not.
Off the draw, high riser missed. Comes away to Finley Bentz, pushed out to center. Final 20 seconds here tonight at the Pepsi Rink on a Saturday night. On the near side wing into the zone it comes. Dvorak met there on the defensive stop. Minot High trying to clear. Bouncer at the line. Cut him down, kids. We're at 6, now 5, now 4. One more chance out front. The Magi clear. It's all a formality now as the Magi get the victory tonight. Over the Dickinson Midgets. What a hockey game that was. 3-1. Minot gets the win. Come back for our planning team financial advisors at Shots Crossroads postgame show. Plenty to discuss in this one. We'll also have our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage and our MVP brought to you by Sport Clips. It all happens when we return to the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Hard-fought WDA tilt tonight that was a doozy. Minot prevails to pick up their second win of the year. The Midgets fall to 2-2 inside the conference.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shaw's Crossroads brings you the postgame tonight. 3-1 final. Minot High gets the win over the Dickinson Midgets. Those are 2 hard-hitting hockey teams that gave a valiant effort here tonight. Final shots 28-18. Minot wins 3-1. Planning Team Financial at Shaw's Crossroads bringing the postgame. Planning Team Financial Advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, it's Planning Team. They can be found at planningteam.com. At Shaw's Crossroads, home to that delicious banana cream pie. Nothing else like it.
God, you kind of got me thinking now. It's like, nothing, we got to get over there for stuff. We can't just keep talking about it.
Yeah, it's
got to do it.
It's
got to do it.
It's time. They will take your order online at shotscrossroads.com. You can pick it up on the 2 and 52 bypass east.
It's holiday season. Time to blow it.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. Time to just take care of business over there. I think
we'll just wear sweatpants next broadcast.
That's right. The Hulberg and Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. First things first, my first question out of the gate for you here tonight. Hitting in the way that Minot High is doing it, when you walk the line that is with the way the game is called these days, how do you go about that? Because the brand of hockey the Magi are playing right now, you talk to 99% of the coaches in the state of North Dakota, they'll say Minot High is a tough team to play. They're physical, they're fast, they're smart with the puck in a game like tonight. But you talk to 99% of the referees, and they're saying, well, they had over 30 minutes of penalties here tonight. How do you we that?
It's a tough call. I don't think you want to be telling players not to hit or to lighten up on people. We play a style. It's the West Region is physical, and it's a physical game. There's a lot of contact. Things happen quick. We're not siding with either one, and we're not getting on one or the other, the referees or players, but sometimes you have to let some of it go. I thought that the play the other night in Bismarck against Century, the referees let them play for 2 periods. The third got a little chippy. They started making some calls, but it was on both sides. It was nice and consistent. Here, I think there's a couple that probably could have been let go, but the couple when they're by the boards, that's got to be a call, because you don't want to have a false sense of reality for a player that's making a rough hit by the boards, and you don't call it, and he thinks that's okay, so then they might do it again. So You get excited, but you also have to remember hockey is a lot of physical contact. There's going to be open ice hits and sometimes hits in the middle of the ice. I don't know if those are checked from behind. It could maybe be a cross check, but either way, at the end of the night, you can't take that many penalties. We'll have to come down and be a little bit hard on Minot and any team that's taking a lot of penalties. You can't take that many penalties and come out on top, because teams with good power plays will make you pay and they're going to hurt you. So I would say Minot, but then on the other hand, you don't want to say, come on, you guys, we thought we were too physical. I think it's good to be physical. You just have to be a little smarter on when to do it and when not to do it.
Be in control.
Control. That's right. You got to be in control with your body.
The last thing for you here tonight, how about the bounce back tonight from Blaise Ostrom? He's certainly deserving of a nod and a nomination as our MVP of the game in that second period of the penalty kill here tonight. He was challenged with some big time opportunities for the Midgets, and he came up real large tonight.
We killed off a couple big penalty kills, a couple maybe 2 5-minute, and that's where you need your goalie. You have to have faith that he's going to make those saves for you, because you those are tiring, those penalty kills, and guys are running around and trying to block shots, and he needed it. That's a good confidence builder for him, and it's also good for the team too, saying, okay, we got it. He's better. He was better tonight, because this next week you got, like you're saying, 3, every other day starting Tuesday. That's a grind. That's going to be a tough stretch for Minot.
Out of conference on Tuesday against Devils Lake for Minot High School. That's at 7:30. Matt and I will have the call starting with the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Thursday is a marquee matchup. Minot's at Legacy, in my mind. Still, even after the Century win the other night over Minot High, I still have Minot, not just because I'm a Minot High guy and cover the Magi all year. Those are the two teams that I had at the top of the list, according to the numbers and what's coming back. It could be a real good one on Thursday. And then on Saturday, Jamestown is here at Minot in the West Region again on Saturday night. Matt, your closing thoughts? I know that you're going to watch your other son Mason play tonight in the American League, so we're going to let you get out of here. We're going to run the highlights and talk to Coach Willard here in just a moment. But your overall takeaway on tonight's hockey game?
I think it was better. I think Minot, the guys know that they're going to have to step it up. I mean, you sometimes when you have a little bit of a struggle, that's what the game's all about. All sports, you learn. Not every night is going to be a success. You're not going to just have nights where everything's like, hey, Nick, everything went our way tonight. Can you believe it? No, you don't have games like that. You have some where you struggle a little bit. It's like this old saying, let's see what they're made of. And was there probably some hard conversations between the coaching staff and the players? Probably was. And they're probably going to say, we're going to have to break it down and talk to certain guys saying, you've got to be better. And this guy's got to be better. Everybody has to be better, starting with the goaltender on out. And it takes a team effort to say, we've got to be better in our own zone. It takes a lot of work to have low goals against. It's blocking shots. It's chipping pucks out into the neutral zone and take that pressure off your end, and killing penalties and doing things that maybe aren't the easiest to do. Everybody looks at scoring. They think that's the glory part of the game, but what about the guy that blocked a couple shots, or the guy that hustled the Finley bench that was hustling around and causing trouble for the Dickinson defenseman because he's aggressive? And that's what Minot needs. You have to. They're not going to change their style, and I wouldn't tell them to change their style either. But you just have to probably tell them, listen, you guys, we've got to be a little more disciplined. Okay, it starts with every guy, because you play the good teams. You can't be shorthanded like as much as Minot was tonight, because you're going to go up against tougher teams with good puck handlers and more snipers. You take all these teams have guys that can handle the puck, and when you're giving them power plays over and over, they're just licking their chops. And for Minot, we got some breaks tonight, but credit to Katamus. He kept him in it. 3-1 game. All the scoring was in the first period. It could have easily got out of control for Dickinson, but they kind of just hung around, and you take a couple bounces here and there, and it's a tie game.
Appreciate your work tonight, partner. Always great calling hockey with you, my friend.
Anytime.
That's Matt Morelli on the call. Plenty more to come here on the planning team at Shots Crossroads post-game show. Start with our highlights right now, brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. Here's the game reset. We knew it was going to be a good one tonight, or at least that's how we had it billed, and it started off good for Matt Morelli. He got his Magicians on the board with the first goal of the hockey game tonight. That was number 2 on the year for Matt Morelli. That was a shorthanded tally. Minot added another one moments later. Look at this play. Matt Morelli finding Panasuk back door. Bing, bang, boom. Magi are up 2-0. Excellent feed there for Panasuk, picking up goal number 3 on the season. The Midgets then go on the attack. So there's Minot High's physicality in this hockey game. There's one of the big hits of that first period. Minot has a deadly turnover here, and watch Cheddar make the Magi pay. He takes it right to the top shelf. Call it Cheddar's second of the season. 4th point of the year. We had a 2-1 hockey game, but then Panasuk took it down, went right to Grandma's top shelf where she keeps the cookies, and Panasuk's got his second of the hockey game. Minot's up 3-1. End of the first. 5-minute major coming on this play as a checking from behind is charged on the Midgets, and then Coleman comes in. He's going to be dinged with a 2-minute roughing call on that play. I don't care what anyone says. I like that play from Coleman, standing up for a teammate. Then we're going to see some goaltender saves here in this contest that pretty spectacular. Catamarus ends the night tonight with 25 stops on 28 shots on goal. Blaze Ostrom had his fair share tonight as well. Ostrom ended up with 17 saves on 18 shots. That was a 5-minute major right there, charged to Radke for checking from behind. Midgets went on the power play. There was more of the same coming for the Midgets here in this hockey game. Puck comes out front, and look at Blaze Ostrom equal to that challenge for the Magi. Finley Benz had a big opportunity in the second. Under 2 to play, breakaway, he came down. Catamarus stoned him on the play. We stayed at 3-1 through 2 periods of play. We get to our end of our second period here. Big hit on Panasuk. But another power play coming here as the Magi are going to get it rung up there with Radke on the big hits. It's like 1990s stuff in here tonight, folks, I'm telling you. Excellent opportunity here for Panasuk. He rattled that one off the elbow of the crossbar and the goal pipe coming down. More physical play in this hockey game. You'll see another booming hit, that time from Holland. Had a little bit of everything tonight. Quite a contest here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. We weren't done with those highlights. Saw Panasuk take it down to the ice at that point to the hockey game as well. Those are the highlights of the game reset, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Shots are 28-18. Minot wins that category. They also win the one that matters. 3-1's the final. The Magi improved to a record of 2-1 overall and in the West region. The Midgets are going to fall to 4-2 on the season, 2-2 inside of the West. When we come back, we'll talk to Jordan Willard, co-head coach of the Magi. We'll also take a look at our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. We'll also have our MVP of tonight's contest, brought to you by our friends at Sport Clips. It's all coming up with the planning team. Financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame. What a doozy of a West Region affair tonight here at the Pepsi Rink. Magi win 3-1.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Planning Team Financial and Shaw's Crossroads bring you the post-game show tonight. Planning Team Financial Advisors. Whether you're looking for full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial bringing you the post game here tonight. We'll be joined by Coach Willard in just one moment for his thoughts on this hockey game here this evening. A couple orders of business here tonight. First, however, got our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. We also have the MVP of tonight's hockey game brought to you by Sport Clips. We'll have both of those awards out here tonight. Minot High picks up the win over a gritty Dickinson Midgets hockey team. Final is 3-1. Once again, Nick Hulberg on the call here tonight. Special thanks again to Matt Morelli for his work on the PSP Network. We sure appreciate him as always. Time for our move of the game tonight, brought to you by our friends at Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, it's Jobbers. Got locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Jobbers Moving and Storage brings you tonight's move of the game. How do you like this play right here from Mackley Morelli as he sets it up to Easton Panasuk? These two, talk about deadly weapons inside the West region. Backdoor feed. Morelli had the opportunity to fire it. He just said, nah, I like giving it over to Panasuk. Panasuk put it into the back of the net. The Magi took a 2-0 lead. There's your move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Time for tonight's MVP of the game. Well, Panasuk had a pair tonight. Morelli had a goal and 2 assists in this hockey game. Tough choice here. Blaise Ostrom was good tonight. 17 saves on 18 shots. I thought Catamarus certainly in that conversation tonight as well. Of our MVP of this hockey game. He was really good here tonight as well, but my pick tonight was Mackley Morelli with a goal to start things off and a pair of assists tonight. Sport Clips brings you the MVP. It's Mac Morelli for the Magi. 3-point night for Minot High School. Sign in with a hairstylist today. I have the app at Sport Clips. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. They do a fantastic job. MVP, congratulations, Mackley Morelli. Great night here tonight for the Magi. It's Nick Hulberg Yeah, the planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show. We've got the Minot High co-head coach Jordan Willert. First things first, nice win tonight, Coach. Feels good to win at home, but that Dickinson hockey team is going to be for real. I don't think you want to play them come tournament time. They definitely brought their hard hat and lunch pail tonight, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they worked extremely hard. I also think our guys did a really good job and didn't give up much. You know, we like we said, we've been working on correcting a few things, and you know, the neutral zone was much better, D zone was much better. You know, obviously at the end of the day, you'd like to stay out of the box a little bit, but here's the deal, Nick. At the end of the season, you know, WDA and state tournament, a lot of times, that's kind of how you got to play. You know, obviously we don't like, you know, 5-minute majors and stuff like that, and we're not preaching that, but we're preaching to play a hard game in your face game. And you know, I thought the kids answered back pretty well from you know, Tuesday night. So really excited for our kids, and you know, we at the end of the day, I don't think we gave up much. I think the neutral zone was really strong, and you know, you kind of alluded to it there. Catamaris he's a good goalie, always has been, and you know, he's strong for him, and he kept him in the game.
I got to walk a fine line with this. Nothing but respect for the officials. I went on my soapbox for a minute here tonight. The old school game is gone in the West region, it seems. And being able to get away with that or walk that fine line, I asked Matt Morelli the question tonight. I just have to say it, that I said, yes or no in the East region, is that a penalty that is called? Yes or no? My phone went off with being involved in hockey my whole life, and colleagues from across the state that were watching tonight. I had 5 text messages that said no. How do you walk that fine line in West Region play? What do you do there in that situation? Because the brand that you're playing right now, in my mind, is a brand that's going to win you a West Region championship, and that's the goal at the end of the year. And it's also a brand that's going to win you a state championship, or that you have to play to win a state championship. How do you walk that line?
I mean, it's part of hockey. I mean, you work on, you know, penalty kill. You know, we talk about there's certain types of penalties in games that, you know, we'll go kill off. We'll make sure that we kill off that penalty. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's hockey. It is what it is. And you know, I mean, we had power plays in the first period too, and you know, it's just how it is. And you know, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say on it because it's, you know, it is what it is, and it's hockey. And you know, just like I'm trying to do a good job coaching, and our players are trying to do a good job playing, they're trying to do the best job they can too. So I don't have any ill will, anything that way. It's just, you know, it is what it is, and it's part of the game.
Times are changing from our day on the ice to where we are now. By the time that your kids are coming up, is hitting going to be gone from the game in your mind?
I don't know. I mean, obviously they've taken it out of Pee Wee and they moved it to Bantams, but here's the thing: I've watched enough, you know, little kid hockey over the last, you know, couple years, and you know, being involved with this, and you know, watch some Pee Wee stuff and watch some squirt and stuff. There's body contact, and that's the thing. You know, that's a lot of what we teach is, you know, you might hear me screaming body. I'm not asking for kids to go blow kids up. That's not who we are. That's never who we will be. I'm asking for kids to put their body through that kid's body so that we can dislodge them from the puck and we can go the other direction. Or we can stop forward momentum with the puck. It's never been about running and gunning and doing all that stuff. Now, they're high school kids, Nick. Every now and then they're gonna go rogue on you, right? It's just kind of how it is. And you know, as coaches, we're there to hopefully, you know, reel that in. And but at the end of the day, I'm proud of our guys. Our guys are working hard. They ran our system really well tonight. They did finish checks on the forecheck. They took body in neutral zone when they needed to knock kids off pucks so that we were able to retrieve them without pressure. And I just really excited with coming out here with a 3-1 win.
One of the big questions I have for you tonight, on a personal level, I know you care about your kids like they're your own family. How happy are you for Blaise Ostrom coming up with a nice bounce back night that he needed here tonight?
Yeah, Blaise did a really nice job. You know, we gave him the hard hat in there. Probably the best penalty killer we had. He made some big saves there. One especially big there in the third period, kind of in the high slot, and snagged it right up. And you know, that's the thing. Like I talked about, it wasn't one kid, it wasn't one area, it wasn't one, you know, anything. It was an entire team effort for those first couple games, and everybody's been working. He's been working, the D's been working, the forwards have been working, the other 2 goalies have been working, we as coaches have been working. And it's just nice to see it all kind of click together here on a night. And like I said, I don't think we gave up much tonight. And like you said, you got to give it to Dickinson. They work extremely hard. Catamaras he's the real deal. And obviously they got Krieg back there. Always a threat. And like you said, they'll be heard from throughout the season. They're a good hockey team.
You forgot about me working at Shots Crossroads on a banana cream pie after this one here tonight. Next week is like a pro schedule. You look at this right now, Devils Lake on Tuesday night, a big marquee matchup with Legacy on Thursday, and then Jamestown coming up on Saturday. Your thoughts on next week and how big it really is as far as your guys' mission on the season to go for a three-peat for the regular season championship in the WDA. Obviously, Devils Lake not a part of that, but you got to get the train moving down the tracks the right way starting on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I think Devils Lake's a really strong team from looking at the results that have happened here in the early season. They always seem to have a goaltender. They'll work extremely hard also. We take it one game at a time. We won tonight 3-1. Saturday, kids can enjoy it. Have tomorrow off, watch some football. Justin Jefferson's back. Hopefully we get some gritties in there. And then, we go back to work Monday. Hammer out some things, work on keep working on that neutral zone, keep working on that D zone, and then, we play Tuesday. And then we'll go to work on Wednesday. And then we'll go down to Bismarck and work on Thursday, and then we'll go to work on Friday. And then we'll play on Saturday, have Sunday off. Hopefully Jefferson's doing some more gritties, and then we'll go to work again on Monday, and then I think High comes to town the following Tuesday. So basically what I'm getting at is we don't look too far ahead. We know the schedule, we know what's coming up. But we know that we got to get better, and to get better, we got to keep pushing. So we're going to keep pushing.
Nice job here tonight.
All right, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Jordan Willard, co-head coach of the Magi after a 3-1 victory over the Dickinson Midgets. It was a fun hockey game here tonight to call top to bottom. Had a little flair of the 90s in it. Had a shorthanded goal, had some power play opportunities, had some big goalie saves, had a little bit of everything tonight. Minot High comes away with a 3-1 win on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Special thanks to Owen Patterson on the camera tonight. Job well done, young man. We appreciate you. Appreciate all those sponsors that make PSP Network run and go. Without them, frankly, we wouldn't be here. We're back at it next week, and a busy week again next week on the PSP Network. We'll have these games for you. Programming note, Minot at St. Mary's is switched to St. Mary's at Minot for high school basketball. We'll have all these calls for you next week on the PSP Network. Special thanks, as always, to all of our veterans and military men and women. God bless you all that serve our country and have served wherever you're watching tonight. Thank you for doing what you do and what you have done. God bless you all. God bless America. Finals 3-1. Minot High gets the win over the Dickinson Midgets tonight on their home ice at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Let's put a cap on the week on the PSP Network. I'm with Coach Willard. Time for a little football and a banana cream pie from Shots Crossroads tomorrow. I think it's in the cards, to say the least. My broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli, tonight. I'm Nick Hulberg signing off from the Pepsi Rink. Have a great weekend. Have a great night, and God bless.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do.